Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. My name is Mazi Alozie. Today is August 9, 2025. Our IPOB USA women will be with us on this program today. They come in every Saturday, and they have nice program. Their program is so good that people love to wait for them to come on the air. This is a busy time for us when it comes to our fundraising and activities for the year. The bid Biafra Awareness Education Day will be on the 16th, and
Education Awareness Day, B, 2025. The land of the rising sun we love and cherish. Biafra, the pain of yesterday, the people of tomorrow. It is time again to turn our bits of knowledge into pillars of wisdom, to enhance the global survival of Biafrans and lovers of freedom. Topics of the year's bid: the atrocities against Biafra past and present, the quest for Biafra restoration, the role of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, and the IPOB phenomenon. Date, 16th August 2025. Time, 12 noon prompt. Venue, N. Goulard Lecture Theatre, Goldsmith University of London, New Cross, London, SE146NW.
this is Biafran Educational Awareness Day on the 16th. Let me also remind people that Belgium will be having their IPOB gathering on the 23rd. Furthermore, IPOB USA. Go to www.ipob.org and make your donation for the ESN. On the 23rd of August, just in about 2 weeks from today, IPOB will be conducting fundraising, IPOB USA. We invite all Biafrans. To come for the fundraising, August the 23rd. Time is 7 p.m. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, Biafra time. 1 p.m. Central Time, 2 p.m. Eastern Time, and 11 a.m. Pacific Time. It will be on Zoom. And you can donate at Chase Bank. Account name is Grand Biafran Patriots Inc. Account number is 529-167-119. Routing number is 322-271-627. Swift code is Chasus33. If you want to make a contact, you go to the caller +14847670848, or you call +1-845-283-9665. Last but not the least, +1-610-931-4943. special guest of honor, Mazi Alozie, head of the DOS, and guest of honors are members of the DOS. And chief hosts are IPOB USA mobilization officers and IPOB USA women. Master of ceremonies, Chineke. The master of ceremony. Why do we do this? It's an obligation for our men and women that are sacrificing regardless of the elements. They are there. At least we owe them support. Our topic is Ndibo. Why are we being traumatized? All this trauma we are facing, what's the reason? Why do we have to go through that? It's good when you see people do funny things, you wonder why. There are people that follow. Have we gotten to the point that we have been hypnotized? We cannot think on our own. And this illustration shows what's going on. Can we equate ourselves to this scenario? Let me play it.
Video from rural India. A large bonfire lit for a traditional event. And then, a man who herds goats begins to walk his flock around the fire. Once, twice, thrice. And then, he steps away. But the goats keep going. Round and round they go. No leader, no destination. Just movement for the sake of movement. Blindly following the one ahead. And suddenly, it's not just a circle. It's a cycle. A vicious, self-perpetuating loop. It reminded me of what we often see around us. In religion, in politics, in society. So many follow without question, without clarity, without understanding the true intent of the one they're following. Not because they believe, but because they're conditioned. Because stepping out of the circle takes courage. The fire in the middle may be real or imagined, but the fear, the motion, the blind, it's all too real. Ask yourself, are you thinking or are you following? Are you chasing purpose or are you circling the flame?
Isn't that wonderful? Is that what we're doing? Let's examine our conscience. If you think out of the box, you're committing a treasonable felony. That is what is happening to us. The politicians have hypnotized us. We go circle, repeating the same thing over and over again. And they come and they want to conduct election. And they tell you, come and vote for me. And you go repeating the same thing over and over again. And they sit on the side watching when we kill ourselves for them, on their behalf.
If this made you pause, subscribe.
I'll play it again. It's very interesting.
Share it to someone who needs to hear this. Video from rural India. A large bonfire lit for a traditional event. And then, a man who herds goats begins to walk his flock around the fire. Once, twice, thrice. And then, he steps away. But the goats keep going. Round and round they go. No leader, no destination. Just movement for the sake of movement. Blindly following the one ahead. And suddenly, it's not just a circle. It's a cycle. A vicious, self-perpetuating loop. It reminded me of what we often see around us. In religion, in politics, in society. So many follow without question, without clarity, without understanding the true intent of the one they're following. Not because they believe, but because they're conditioned. Because stepping out of the circle takes courage. The fire in the middle may be real or imagined, but the fear, the motion, the blind, it's all too real. Ask yourself, are you thinking or are you following? Are you chasing?
This is a food for thought. This is what we have to ask ourselves. We have IPOB. And IPOB is fighting for Biafrans. We are known all over the world. As we do this, we have people who are supposed to be IPOB. But their greed supersedes their commitment. And some of them are here because they want to make money. You cannot account for your district. You cannot account for your region. Just a better your IPOB. You cannot do the right thing. And then we call you to say, this is what we want you to do. This is what is going on. You renege. We are calling you, say, this is what's happening in Biafra land. You are Igbo, you are in the organization. What are you protecting? What's the purpose of the organization? Of what use is the organization when anything that concerns your you must be confident. You must be very confident that all will be well and that nothing will happen. But something is happening which you are not taking into account. That yes, something is happening. You ignore that is happening, but you comfort yourself that nothing is happening. It will continue to be the way it is, but it's not. How then do you comfort yourself? How then do you feel relaxed? How then do you feel confident that you have a future? We go round and round, hoping for political outcome. That got me to what happened in Lagos. The same Lagos. Owners of supermarkets.
Purpose,
we are
or are you circling the?
They were attacked by the Lagos State officials. That is your own business. And they implement laws that hinder the progress of your business. What's the purpose? Still you have confidence, and they do the same to you over and over again. We lose money. Anything done to anything we do, we pay. Anywhere we go, we are attacked. And we seem not to pay attention to those people that are carrying the burden of our people. And those people are the IPOB. When you cannot stand and defend your people. You're a coward. When you cannot stand and speak on behalf of your people, you're a coward. You cannot equate yourself with somebody who is not from your region speaking on your behalf. That is the most shameful thing you can ever think of. That you are incapable of speaking on behalf of your people. We will not fail to mention, every day we must mention the case of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. Where Ndibo quietly disappeared from the voice of reasoning, from making demands. Ndibo, at their political heights, abandoned their son, their brother, their in-law, their nephew, because they don't want to be questioned. What did the guy do? Nothing. What's your responsibility? Your responsibility is to defend him at all costs. Let's say somebody is a thief. Sometimes we now understand why people do certain things, and we think it's a way of being righteous. There are people, when they see you did bad thing, they'll defend you. There's a reason they're defending you. You stole something, they will defend you tooth and nail. They are defending their own, because consciously they have known that nobody is perfect. And that thief can one day be very important to them. They defend him. One day that thief can change and become something of reckoning. But Ndibo try to be perfect. We try to be perfect. Once we are accused of something, Ndibo will not defend themselves. They will come and point you out. Oh, that's him right there. It's a symptom of a betrayal. You're trying to be perfect. He that is looking for, and this has transcended to the jungle justice that is taking place in our community. And people have not been able to speak up against it. A perfect world that doesn't exist. Innocent person accused of something. In other words, if your enemy accuses you of something, you're finished. If somebody who wants to do away with you stand up and accuse you of something, you're finished. Because the enemy knows that your people are not going to defend you. Lo and behold, that's what's happening. They will not defend you. They will abandon you. That is what many Biafrans did to Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. He was accused of treasonable felony. Even those to his closest circle, they abandoned him. They even betrayed him. They even turned him in because of money. Here is your voice, but we thought we know better, while knowing nothing. Our women are here. Tomorrow is now waiting to happen. In Devon, welcome.
Mazi Alozie, good morning.
Good morning to you too. Welcome.
Good morning, my sisters, and good morning to Mazi Alozie. Good morning, Onyendu Ahamadike one of Africa, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. Good morning, Lord Luche Chigeme, Anyangututu Obukan, and your children. We greet all of you. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, great Biafrans, lovers of freedom and IPOB worldwide. Onowawundi Ojisi Agombo, IPOB worldwide. They want to because your work is being felt across the world. Today is August 9th, 2025, and if it is Saturday morning, it is the time for IPOB USA to come to Radio Biafra to share our own views of the happenings out there concerning movement to Biafra. Brothers and sisters, my name is Dr. Tina Eberechukwu Awumada Uru in Olu province of Biafra land, and proudly so. We are not running away from Nigeria security agencies. They are very angry right now that they have not been able to chase us away from Olu province. We resist with our blood and our will, and we will continue until Biafra gains its sovereignty. No matter what they do in Olu province, we are not running for them. I have with me today my sisters, Sister Kunne, Sister Cecilia, and Sister Victoria. Please stay tuned throughout this program because we have a whole lot to unpack and share our views on. We'll start off with a short prayer, and then, of course, we'll dive into our first question. And usually that first question pertains of the things surrounding what the Nigerian government has imposed on our leader, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, by wrongfully holding him in their DSS dungeon for over 4 years, by torturing him, by thinking that they can stop IPOB, but IPOB being a moving train continues to move on. Let's begin with a prayer. Sister Akuni, if you say a very short prayer, you let me come in because there is an announcement and something very important that IPOB Texas and IPOB unit in Dallas-Fort Worth has encountered with the Igbo community in Dallas that we need to make you aware of, because this is becoming a lot of sabotage from those people who call themselves Igbo Nigerians. Mother Akune, I'll let you say a word of prayer and then we'll get started. I'm sure you're on mute, Mother Akune. Akune, please start us off with a short prayer and we'll begin. Mother Akune, are you on mute? Yes, what did you say? Please start us off with a short prayer. All right, are we on the air already? Yes, we are on there. Okay. Almighty and ever-living God, we thank you this very morning for bringing us all together again this Saturday. We thank you, Father, for your blessings to all of us, especially our leader, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, to God, to lead the liberation of Biafra. We ask you, Chukwukabiama, to continue to bless him, to guide him, give him the strength, the fortitude to support for all the injustice against him and for the people of Biafra. I pray that you bless the leadership of this movement. Bless them, give them the knowledge and courage that they may lead this family in the fear of God. Bless all of us that are fighting for the resurrection of Biafra, wherever we are. The Biafran people back home, how we are suffering. We ask you to guide all of us, to give us the strength that we may be alert and continue what we are doing to the fullness of the resurrection of Biafra. For this we ask in the name of Chukwu Okika Abiyama. Thank you very much, Mother. Could you please introduce yourself, and then I will go with the first announcement and very pressing question. All right, thank you very much, Dr. Berechukwu. Good morning, Mazi Alozie. As always, we thank you very much for all you do for the Biafran people, your time and your knowledge. We appreciate you. All the same to our leader, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. We appreciate him, the DOS, IPOB worldwide. Great lovers of freedom wherever you are. We appreciate all of you. My name is Akunne. Akunne is from Owerri province. Thank you very much. Great Biafrans, there is a deviation from our normal start this morning. We, IPOB USA in Texas, we met on an emergency meeting because we were invited by Igbo Community Association of Nigeria, DFW, Dallas-Fort Worth. They are called ICANN, widely known around the world as ICANN. They're having what they call Igbo Day today. And in celebration of Igbo Day, which they say is Omenala na Nso Ala Igbo, in Dallas and Fort Worth, they're having a cultural and tradition day. And everybody is invited. So one of their people invited me to invite IPOB to that celebration today. When I told our unit here in Dallas and Fort Worth, we prepared. So we wrote someone, one of their people, to give us a booth because they had prepared booths to showcase whatever you're bringing to that celebration. When we asked for a booth, they quickly came back. And what I want to read to you is what these people said to IPOB Texas, IPOB USA in Texas. And what they said, what their president said to us in return for requesting to come to that event is, definitely not. This is what they wrote to their representative who forwarded it to me. Definitely not. There is no booth anyway. Let's stay away from politics of Nigeria. Now let me tell you their name again so that you will put the two together. Igbo Community Association of Nigeria, DFW, Dallas-Fort Worth. ICANN for short. That's what they answer. Igbo Community Association of Nigeria. We have been battling these people for years. We have been asking them that they should understand what IPOB is trying to do for Igbo nation and for Biafrans altogether. They gave us an opening by giving us an invitation this year. We took the opportunity and asked for what everybody else is asking for. But their president, and I'm going to give you their name, his name, and I'm also going to give you, please get a piece of paper, get pencil quick, because we need people to call this particular gentleman. who is slamming the door on the faces of IPOB. We know that Igbo people, there is a disconnect between them and IPOB worldwide, but the worst group that does this are in the United States of America. I don't know what hatred and what disassociation and what they don't understand about Nigeria trying to kill Igbo people and take over our land that they don't understand. But they themselves don't go home, my brothers and sisters. They don't go home. They're staying here. They are afraid to go to their mansions that they built in their villages. But man is the man who said the statements to us back. His name is Chief Ebenezer Ndukwe. I want you to please make sure when you call the number that I'm about to tell you, this, what is happening will start in about 5 hours. This is about 9 o'clock in here, and at 1 o'clock they will start. So that's not 5 hours, that's in about 3 hours. About 12 o'clock they should be there. But before that time, we need IPOB Worldwide to give Chief Sir Ebenezer Ndukwe, the president of ICANN, Dallas-Fort Worth, give him IPOB treatment. We are begging you. IPOB on the ground in Texas is begging you. Call this number. It is +1 972 467 2981. Please ask Chief Sir Ebenezer Ndukwe, why would you not accord the invitation that you have given to all other Igbo people and Igbo organizations and Igbo associations to IPOB, the indigenous people of Biafra, as well? And why did you call us delving into the Nigerian politics when you yourself, an Igbo man, your name signifies that you're Igbo Community Association of Nigeria? Why can't you just be an Igbo organization or association? Why do you have to be of Nigeria? That this Nigeria identity that Ndi Igbo do not understand that is killing us is finally going to be the thing that will be their demise. Their demise, because IPOB, we have determined that we restore the sovereign nation of Biafra. And Igbo nation is inside of Biafra. So we're going to rescue them, even when they don't know that they're drowning. The name is Chief Sir Ebenezer Ndukwe. His phone number is +1 972 467 2981. You can call Mazi Alozie and ask that question. I will be glad to stay up all day to make sure I give you this number and that this Mazi Ndukwe is called today to ask them, why is IPOB not included in what you're doing? And why did you renege on the invitation that you actually extended to them? Why did you go back on it? Thank you. Because these people that now, our first question is always our first question. Something surrounding Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. And why we ask this question every time is that is what is the fulcrum of what we're doing. So my question is, sisters, do you have any update about our leader as we continue to count down to October 10, 2025, and it's 61 days from today, by the way, 61 days. But you know, to count down and to do all of these things we have done, and we have done over and over and over again according to their court dates. But Nigeria really doesn't have any right to continue holding our leader. We know that. But we received the documents this morning. And great Biafrans, please be patient this morning and really understand this, because leadership wants us to understand some things. There is a clarification written and sent out, and it is now in public domain, I'm sure if you go to Mazi Chinasamuru's handle on Facebook, you'll see it. For clarification, this is written by Barrister Ifeanyi Chukwuejiofor and Professor Mike Ozokome San. When the judgment of the Court of Appeal could discharge and acquitted Nnamdi Kanu of the remaining 7 court charge was delivered on the 13th day of October 2022, the defense team led by Professor Mike Ozokome San and Barrister Ifeanyi Ejiofor immediately applied for the certified true copy of the judgment. Immediately, the judgment. Then these 2 erudite barristers filed a certified true copy of the judgment. That is the prudent thing to do. That is the cautious thing to do. That is so that you have the right document in your hand. Upon receipt of this certified document on the 16th day of October, it took 3 days. And they gave them the certified copy on the 16th day. The defense team promptly wrote the attached letter to both the Attorney General of the Federation and Minister of Justice, to the Director General of State Security Services, urging compliance with the judgment without further ado. Now, Wada Akune has a letter that they wrote after they received a certified copy of the judgment of the appeals court on the 13th of October. So Mike Ozokome Sam and Barrister Ifeanyi Ejiofor, they wrote this letter that Wada Akune will explain a little bit of, and then we'll move on. Because why are we doing this? We're doing this because Vanguard published something on their online newspaper saying that somehow Mazi Barrister Ifeanyi Ejiofor and Dr. Professor Ozokome had made a mistake. But you know who instigated this? The same people that we continue to call their names. The siblings from hell and the lawyer without portfolio. They continue to instigate. So Vanguard, quoting them, said that these 2 men did not complete their work. They should have done something else. But immediately after they said that in Vanguard, these 2 great gentlemen sued Vanguard. And immediately yesterday, Vanguard pulled that thing down. And I know that the court, what they sued them for will continue in court. Because they have already made the error. It was already public. Everybody already have it. Mother Kune, please tell us what Mike Ozokome and Ifeanyi Ejiofor wrote after the 16th day of October in 2022. Go ahead, Mother.
Okay, thank you very much. I'm gonna start, from what they wrote. I'm going to take it. Number 1, I'm going to read a little bit of it. It said this letter was written by Sam Ozokome. Yes, correct. Then the piece of it is number 1. They wrote this letter to what's the name? The Abubakar Malami Sam. They wrote this letter to him, explaining to him to do a just judge of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. What they wrote, so that he can follow and make sound judgment on the part of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. A piece of it said, recall that Mazi Nnamdi Kanu was forcefully adopted from Kenya. All of us will know that. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu was kidnapped in Kenya or adopted, however you want to put it, and was a tradition to Nigeria, Upon being brought to Nigerian court on the 29th day of June 2021, the court directed that she be remained in the facility of the state security, and from the said 29th to whatever. What we are saying here is that Mazi Nnamdi Kanu was forcefully, adopted. And they left Mazi Nnamdi Kanu in the DSS for all this time. Following the matter in which she was adopted and the consequent extradition to Nigeria, we challenge the jurisdiction of the court to try Mazi Nnamdi Kanu predicate on the extraordinary rendition. So they encourage this Attorney General, to do the right thing, because they forcefully take Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. They forcefully take Mazi Nnamdi Kanu from Kenya. You have to use the right judgment, because it's against Nigerian Constitution to go to treat Mazi Nnamdi Kanu as they treated Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. Unfortunately, this is what it was. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu was forcefully taken, and this Judge Osekome, lawyer Osekome was asking the former Attorney General of Nigeria, that is Malami, asking him to try Mazi Nnamdi Kanu according to the law, because they are the one that offended Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. They are the one that went to illegally in Kenya to take Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, and the court consequently allowed the appeal. The ruling of the Federal High Court, Abuja, for Honorable Justice Nyaka, delivered on 8th of this, was accordingly set aside by the appellate court in their judgment. Okay, what they are saying here, that the main issue is that they are not doing the right thing on the part of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. So coming here or said on the strength of this judgment of Superior Court of the law, we respectively urge your good office to immediately comply and release Mazi Nnamdi Kanu according to the what they wrote to the Malami, according to what they wrote. But knowing that one thing there was the injustice against Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, because he's an Igbo man, because he's a fighting for Biafra, the Biafra that they don't want to hear. Nobody wants to hear Biafra as soon as it's Nigeria. And Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, before he entered into this fighting for Biafra, he asked them to restructure Nigeria. Do it in this way, do it in that way. What happened? They went to kill Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. Unfortunately, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu survived. Today they are still holding him. Can you remember a little bit that when Omeka Shop, upon taking the case of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, this man apologized that the case of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu have been in existence for a long time, and that he is going to do what that is called a accelerated trial. What does that mean? It means to reduce or shorten the time frame of this case. The case that Nigeria government, they say that they have with Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. He wants to shorten it. Now I was saying, if this man from the beginning said this, he was sorry. He was very sorry, quite all right. That's what he said. When he was planning this case, didn't he know that they have the Nigeria normally take 3 months vacation? He didn't plan it, and he did what he did. And when he said that he was sorry and going to quicken this particular thing, many people, including myself, was happy. We are happy about it. Unfortunately, see what these people are doing. What they did, you can read it from the letter we are having, that this is nothing but injustice. That Mazi Nnamdi Kanu have no case to answer. But they themselves are the people that Mazi Nnamdi Kanu should be suing, They don't have case with Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu should have case with them, So you see what they did? They plan it. It's not that Ometeshe doesn't know what she's doing, I believe he read all these letters that are coming out now. He read all of them. He studied the Mazi Nnamdi Kanu case, what they call case. He studied it very well. But now see what he's doing. Before postponing, upon postponing. They know what they are doing. They are playing game with the life of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. Now he went there to enjoy himself in vacation with family and friends. Did he want to tell me that Mazi Nnamdi Kanu does not have a family or does not have friends to enjoy with? Mazi Nnamdi Kanu needs to go home and be with his family. His little children that are growing without the father. It's not good. Is this good for Ometeshe, who was very sorry? The case have taken a long time. I'm going to shorten it. I'm going to finish it within a few weeks. Now we are going to 3 months again, or 5 months, and it's gonna be within a short time. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu will complete 5 years in detention. For what reason? For what reason? To restructure Nigeria, to give us freedom. This is why he is suffering a man in this manner. I will not do, Nigeria is what they are today. No matter all the letters they wrote, all the documents they provided, then they get all this letter and they will put it apart because they have planned already what they are going to do. They know that in their court that nobody gets judgment, But this is, I'm here to tell Judge Ometeshe that the Biafrans, IPOB worldwide, if there is some Nigerians with goodwill and good conscience, and the whole world at large, we are watching at you. We are watching, and we are hoping that you, by October, what date it is, you have to release Mazi. Yes, you have to release Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, because he has suffered for nothing, and you continue suffering him for nothing. Enough, I think, is enough. Enough is enough. Let this man go. Let this man go and take care of his health and his family. Dr. Rich, this is what I can say. Thank you.
Well, thank you very much. So, great Biafrans, following the further delay, remember, they have given appeal court has discharged and acquitted our leader. The lawyers have now asked for a certified copy of that judgment. They received it. They wrote Malami the letter that Umada Kunde just mentioned. But following further delay, a fundamental rights suit was filed because Muhadechara Malami letter. When Malami was delaying, they filed a suit. Professor Ozokome San and Barrister Ifeanyi Chukwu Ejiofor, they both filed another suit. And this following further delay, a fundamental rights suit was filed against the Attorney General of the Federation and Minister of Justice and the Director General of the SSS, challenging the continued illegal detention of Nnamdi Kanu. It is equally attached. They attached that one too. The suit against these two people, because our leader had at that point been discharged and acquitted. They have not let him go. They didn't let him go from the court. They didn't let him go after one day. They didn't let him go until the 6th. The certified copy was given to the lawyers. And they're still holding him. They filed a second one. Secondly, during this intervention period, the federal government filed an appeal against the judge of the Court of Appeal delivered on the 13th. Listen to this, so. Ndị na court, ederela Attorney General her letter. They haven't answered that letter, so the lawyers sued them for not having followed the appeals court mandate. And instead of doing the needful, releasing the person that they have discharged and acquitted, the federal court then filed an appeal against the judgment of the Court of Appeal delivered on the 13th. In addition, filed an application for a stay of execution. I want to pounce on this word, stay of execution. Stay of execution, they found, had no basis, no precedence in Nigerian court. None. There has never been a time when anybody filed a stay of execution of an appeals court judgment to the Supreme Court of Nigeria. That's why we come here and we say these things. Because abracadabra, this is where abracadabra in the Supreme Court of Nigeria started. Why did you grant a stay of execution of the order that has already been given by the appeals court? It has never happened before, and there is no providence, nothing provided in the law that you can do that. Nothing at all. Mother Cecilia, do you have that part? Yes. Go ahead.
My name is Cecilia and I come from Umwege. Excuse me. I first of all want to give kudos to our honorable lawyers, Professor Ozekome and Lawyer Ejiofor. I want to say thank you to you all, because so many things are hidden. So many things are not exposed, especially about this case. And people grope in darkness. It's good that Vanguard did what they did. And it's better that our able lawyers were able to bring out these documents to the limelight so that everybody can read it. And I pray, my people, Ndi Biafra Bikono, let us be reading these things so that we educate ourselves and know what is going on. Say, if you want to hide something from a black man, put it in ink and they will not read it. But I know our Biafrans are educated enough. We read, we understand, and we don't just read like anybody. We read between the lines. I want to thank our lawyers for bringing out this to the limelight. And like my sisters have said, on October the 13th, 2022, the appeals court, they went through the whole case. They acquitted Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. And on top of that acquittal statement, they added, no court in that contraction is worthy of handling this case. No court whatsoever is allowed to retry this case. And we were all rejoicing. We thought that was the end. But Malami, being the Malami he is, with a dark heart, refused and put a stay on that statement. And what does that mean? That the DSS dungeon should continue to hold Mazi Nnamdi Kanu despite the decision of the appeals court. And then on the 15th of December 2023, this same case was taken over to the Supreme Court. We all know that the Supreme Court is the Supreme Court of the land. Whatever they say, that's what stood. Whatever, that is the apex court of the land. They took it to the Supreme Court. And the Supreme Court looked at the case from their standpoint. Being very objective, they concluded that every procedure Nigeria took was wrong. They were not working in conformity with international or even their own national treaty. They did everything out of court. The way they extradited him from Kenya to Nigeria was wrong. They had no papers whatsoever to extradite him. All the procedures, the python dance in his family home was wrong. Because, if they had found him in that home, they would have killed him. Because so many young men were killed in that house. Even his dog was killed. Even the toilet bowl was blown apart. Everything they did was wrong. And then, to the surprise of everybody, the Supreme Court, which is supposed to be the Supreme Court of the land, instead of them affecting their decision, they found out that everything was wrong. Nigeria had no case. What did they do? It was so shameful. I am not a lawyer, but I was so disturbed when I heard their decision that this case should be taken back to the High Court. Now, they are now looking at the High Court. The High Court has now become the Supreme of the Supreme Courts. Isn't that a shame? That the Supreme Court of the land could not make a decision and carry it out. They looked at everything objectively and they said everything was wrongly done. Then, why did you send the case back to a lower court than the Supreme Court? It's indeed a shame that the Supreme Court of Nigeria could not act as a Supreme Court. They could not act as the apex court of the land. Why? Because Malami was there, Malami superseded, Malami instructed, Malami redirected, and Malami did his worst, influencing the Supreme Court. And we Biafrans have to understand that indeed this is a shame. Nigeria has no precedence. This has never happened in the judiciary system of Nigeria. It has never happened, not even in any other court in the world, that the Supreme Court will make a decision and then ask the lower courts to act. Isn't it a shame that the Supreme Court is no longer supreme? The Supreme Court is no longer what it's supposed to be. It's not what it tastes in the soul. It degraded itself and asked that the case should be taken back to the High Court. And then we now see all the rigmarole that is going on. Today he comes to the court, tomorrow he doesn't come, today he comes. What other court can this case be taken to? There is no other court. And if there is no other court, we now refer them back to the decision of the appeals court. And this is what Mike Osekome and Barrister Ejiofor are asking for. That they left the Supreme Court. The Supreme Court degraded itself and made itself of no respect, that this case should be taken back to the High Court. And we know that there is no precedence, it has never happened. And that was the blunder the Supreme Court exhibited. And so we now see that in the midst of all this, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu's brothers have a hand in it. Sheyi Tinubu, the son of your president, had a hand in all of this. Ejimako, who is now acting as the lead counsel, and Binta Nyako, who was recused of this case. All of them, it's like they planted a wave. They built a basket. They made it in such a way that our leader is still, it's their hand that has kept our leader still in the DSS dungeon today. And this is why it's so important. The exposition of this letter from our league, Osekome and Ejiofor, is of absolute importance. That everybody should read it and see where this problem has hinged itself. Why our leader is still in the dungeon. Not that he did anything to deserve it. He is a man of conscience. He is a man held against his self-will. He is a man who presents himself to be the helper of the helpless, the spokesman of those who cannot talk, and see what the system has turned around to do to him. And this is why I thank Mike Osekome and Barrister Ejiofor. Even though you finish with this case, as far as I'm concerned, this case, you ended this case, yet because of the interest you have, because of the judicial system of Nigeria, you brought out all these letters that you wrote, and you wrote them very timely. You brought it out so that the common man can also see and read and understand what is going on.
That one way or the other, two of you will come back into the picture, because two of you are the people with brand fire. And because you carry the fire, Nigerian government and their cohorts don't want to see you. But by Vanguard doing what they have done, they have brought you up again. And we are saying, thank you. You did your job. You did what you're supposed to do over and above. And now you have brought it to the open so that everybody will see what you have done that we didn't know. Now, in this particular document, it says in the Supreme Court of Nigeria that held at Abuja. And it says here, take notice that the appellant being a party of the decision, more particularly stated in paragraph 2 of the notice of appeal contained in the ruling of the Court of Appeal, Abuja Judicial Division, dated 28th day of October 2022, does hereby apply to the Supreme Court upon ground set out in paragraph 3 and will, at the hearing of the appeal, seek the relief set out in paragraph 4. What are they talking about? They are talking about in ground 1. They said the court below erred in law when it proceeded to hear and determine an application for stay of execution. This is ground 1. The court erred. It listened and determined the stay of execution, and we will find out why. In a criminal appeal brought under Order 6 rule and all the rest of them. He went on again to say, both the Court of Appeal rule in 2021 and Court of Appeal Act 2004 did not make any provision for stay of execution. This is Nigerian court. There is no place that stay of execution has a stand in appeal court, especially in a criminal appeal. So Nigeria flawed itself right here. I believe that there is a different script, and everybody knows it's the truth. The script that is written for Igbo people in Nigeria has nothing to do with the general Nigerian populace. That is why it pains me that some Igbo people think that they belong. Till date, some Igbo people think they are proudly Nigerian when Nigeria is operating in a rule that is cut out for them. From what this document says, it says that the stay of execution can only be obtained in a civil court. If there is any way that there should be a stay of execution, and that is in C section 7. In C section 7, it says, specifically provided for stay of execution of the judgment of Court of Appeal in civil appeals. Civil appeals. The section did not provide for stay of execution in criminal appeal. So they are trying to put these things side by side to help you understand that the scripts by which Mazi Nnamdi Kanu and the Biafra as a whole are being judged on is on the spur of the moment. Malami just came up and said, stay of execution. And the Supreme Court adhered to it. It has no place in Nigeria justice system. This is a judgment that is meted out for Mazi Nnamdi Kanu and his Biafran quest. And it says, there is no law or authority that empowers the court to grant stay of execution. There is nothing. You see, it's just like they are using basket to catch air. They hold the basket and they say, let me go catch the air. You cannot. You cannot hold air in your hand. They are just, Nigeria is just it's like a dog wallowing in its own vomit. There is no law or authority that empowers the court to grant stay of execution in criminal appeal, which was granted in apex court. This is the highest court of the land. And they went on to say that when this happened, when the stay of execution was granted, no issues was raised by any court in Nigeria to say, no, this is not lawful. This is not done. I'm telling you that in the contraction called Nigeria, there is a script. In case you're Igbo person, you're listening today, and you are thinking, oh, I'm a Nigerian, and many of you are proudly saying you're Nigerian. I mean, you will die in your grave 10 times before you recognize that there is a different script that is written out for you. That is why many of you are comfortable out there and you pretend like nothing else is happening. But I must tell you that east, west, north, and south, home is still the best. One day, you will hunger and long for your home. Many black people that were taken out during slavery, many of them are trying to find where their roots are. You are going away from your own roots. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is in the court now. He is being dangled up and down. There is nothing holding him, and you are happy where you are. It's unfortunate. I want to say that a comment that my sister made earlier in the program said that we are trying to rescue those who don't even know that they are drowned. That is what IPOB is doing. Many Igbo people don't know that they are drowned. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu cannot be there, being judged between life and death for something that has nothing to do with him. And some of us are turning the other way. That is why IPOB is in a rescue mission. And I'm so grateful that Honorable Mike Ozekome is back in the show. And whatever vanguard, you know what? Any of them that rises up against Mazi Nnamdi Kanu and his quest for freedom, this is what meets them. Just look at the history. This is what means them, because Vanguard now has been caught red-handed in the propaganda for Nigeria. And are they doing it by themselves? No, they are not doing it by themselves. There are contributors, which has been mentioned earlier. If you go through the back door to go and grab the case that other people have completed, you went through the back door, you grabbed it because you're making a deal. Now, you have gotten to the level that Mazi Nnamdi Kanu will get to the court and now have to defend himself because you don't know which way else to go. If Mazi Nnamdi Kanu did not stand up to begin to defend himself, who knows where he would have been by now. And the Vanguard, they are trying to rise up. There's one thing I want to let us know today. For many of us who are in this struggle and those who are just observers, when you are on the right path, Nigerian government and all their cohorts are after you. But when you are comfortable, they are not mentioning you. That is a red mark. That's a red line for you. Ejumako and all his people and Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, they would have been hunting them up and down if they are standing on the right path. But because they are working with them, you don't hear them mention them. But I am so happy that all of them are falling with their faces down. With the deals they have made, it is coming back to haunt them. Nigeria can only fight. They cannot run away from their butts. They can run all they want. One thing we know is that you have wrestled justice, and justice will overthrow you. This is what has brought Honorable Justice San Ozekome and the Honorable Ejiofor back into the picture. And I'm saying, my lawyers, right on, please don't back out. Vanguard will be declared one of the lying tools nationally and everywhere of Nigeria. All the newspapers, I remember Nigeria calling them gutter medias of Nigeria. These are all gutter media. They are all grappling. Everybody's there putting their head together. But there's nothing you can do to turn what is black to become white. White will remain white. You cannot drown it. And therefore I want to say, I am happy that they have come to wake up the lions. San Ozekome is a lion. Ejiofor is a lion. They have come to wake you up with all your team. The people who are working with your team. And I know that you will wrestle to finish. Their evil hand will not reach you. Our leader must be released. And Biafra must be restored. That is where we stand. And we will remain there. Thank you, my sister.
They will. Thank you very much. Very well spoken, my sisters. And we have really handled this issue this morning. Onye ọ na-adịghịzi clear n'anya ya jee na handle Mazi Chinasanworu and read the documents for yourself. These blackmailers have no foot to stand on. They cannot continue to do this. Every time they fail, they look back to put it on Michael Zekome and the Ifeanyi Ejiofor. Every time they fail, they continue to fail. You made a deal with Sheyi Aburishie, and then you made a deal with Binta Nyako. Now you question a court, call Binta Nyako hands down. Binta Nyako also na court. If we don't speak, the gods of Biafra land will speak for us. Sometimes we don't even know what we're saying. But we're saying it in authority because this is our lives that we're trying to save. If Nigeria was not trying to kill us, we wouldn't be running this fast. And that's why the gods of the land of Biafra are with us. We say these things, behind the microphone, some things come out. And now you can look back and see that wasn't this man who said all the things he said, because he has said a whole lot to set Biafra free. All the pronouncements that he has made are enough to set Biafra free. If we don't grab it and thrash Nigeria right now, we are the ones making the mistake. And he continues to upon a call to Mazo, call to Bintanyako, hold Bintanyako like this. Why about Fuena Kotia? Do you think he does those things just by his power? No. There are gods of the land of Biafra that are empowering people to speak and speak powerfully. I must move on, my sisters, because we have now killed 2 birds on our program this morning with 1 stone. We had a question that had to do with all this. We have thrashed the both of them. So now we move to the question of how can we educate our people? That's where the rubber meets the road. We can say all this manner of all these conquerings that we're doing. We can tell Nigeria that we have already defeated them, and Nigeria is imploding all by itself. And Mazi Nnamdi Kanu destroying Nigeria with his mouth and with truth. And that's exactly what is happening to Nigeria. He is a prophet indeed, and we believe that the prophet can even speak things that he doesn't know mentally and intellectually understand. So this prophet has spoken, the words will come true. Believe them. We move on. How can we now educate our people about the cause of the majority of the insecurity in Biafra land? Because our people must be educated. I don't think Biafra people know what is really happening to them. That somebody mentioned that 85% or more of the security problems in Biafra land are caused by the politicians. Somebody said that in the media this week. 85% or more of the insecurity in Biafra land is being caused by the politicians in Biafra land, and of course by the politicians in Nigeria. Because if your people don't know, and some of it even started in Sokoto, in the Caliphate base. Ebubti and Abuja, Abuja Butoyi in Imo State. Ebubti and Imo State, Sheba and divide there. Ona Gazi everywhere at Biafra land. We must know what the cause of insecurity in Biafra land is. All the mob ESN. ESN. No, it's not. You people, we're going to try. And I also allege that 99% is being caused by politicians because insecurity in Biafra is being caused by politicians in our land, by politicians in Abuja, and by the Sokoto Caliphate. Cecilia, would you please make it short and go straight to the point? Thank you.
Let me say this. I'm going, okay?
Oh, yes. Mother, I couldn't go ahead. Go ahead, please.
Okay. Thank you very much, Dr. Verechuku. Thank you, my sisters. I know we are focusing on this security in the land, But let me say, there is no way he can talk about insecurity aligned with that and talking about Nigeria at large. You know, the insecurity Nigeria is experiencing today is coming from the north. As Nigeria started this problem causing it to all Nigerians, and see where we are today. The insecurity in Nigeria is alarming. It's really alarming that, you know, people were protesting the other day. I think they are from Biafra. They are protesting, talking about how this been destroyed and being killed. You know, no one else about it. Those people are supposed to talk about it. Don't talk about it. You know, why I say I have to start from here is because there is a great purpose for the Lord. International recognized terrorism in Nigeria. So, if notice in Nigeria is now and then, and nobody is talking about it. Most of them, they are working with the army right now. You know? We have Boko Haram in Nigeria. Let me say that I name some of them. We have Boko Haram. We have the one say Nakarawa terrorists. We have that one in Nigeria. Why you call it? How can people operate in Nigeria with this amount of insecurity? With people carrying AK-47 with a cycle. And this is easy to get them. If Nigerian army, Nigerian government is not colluding with them, it's easy to get these people because they are driving in their motorcycle in a large group. They are driving. Why can't Nigerian army bomb them? They know they can do it, but they have become their friend. They are working with them with the agenda they have for Nigeria. Why Nigerian people doesn't talk about it, and everything is increasing. The endangerment of the people every blessed day. People are dying gradually in their numbers. No president talk about it. Army in chief of staff don't talk about it.
The police don't talk about it. Nobody, politicians don't talk about it. One funny thing is that all these things are happening, especially in the north, especially in the west, and other parts. But this police and army, they focus in Biafra land, looking for innocent Biafra agitators. They are looking for IPOB. Why the Nigeria being destroyed by terrorism? They are looking for IPOB who doesn't carry gun, who don't carry knife, who doesn't kill nobody, only protesting sometimes with flag. That's the people they are looking for. But see what is happening in Nigeria. How can Nigerian people go to their normal business with this alarm, this amount of insecurity? How can Nigerian people go do that, do their businesses? How can our children go to school and learn in this environment that Nigerians have created to their own people? How can people go to the farm? People are hungry. How can people go to the farm? Why you destroy their crops? Why you kill them? You just kill them. Their president will not talk. Their governors will not talk. The armies will not talk. So you have to understand there is an agenda. Agenda to Islamize Nigeria and the agenda to take Nigeria away from you. This is what is happening. This is the moment that parts of the world are creating infrastructure, are building bridges, building technology. But Nigeria, the whole Nigeria, giant of Africa, is building, creating terrorism. But let me tell you, Nigeria is threatening other West African countries. The neighborhood of Nigeria. Do you think these people are safe? But I don't understand why they don't put mouth in the issue of Nigeria. That immediately they take Nigeria, that is going to affect all of them. Because when they finish Nigeria, they will get them. They don't know why Africa doesn't come together to do something. Because it's Nigeria now, tomorrow will be Ghana, tomorrow will be Kenya, tomorrow will be the other one. You know? People don't think. They don't think. You know what I want to say? The better we start telling ourselves the truth, the earlier is the better. I'm telling you. Nigerian people, they live in denial. Nigerian people, they see evil coming, they don't say nothing. Everybody go in their way, in their own way. The better we start, the earlier we start telling ourselves the truth.
Cut it off, continue to cut up.
About I can this morning. People Community Organization of Nigeria. They should change that name. They should change that name or Nigeria Community Association. That Igbo is not idea. It's true we have insecurity. It is security abroad by the politicians. As you said this morning, the 85% of the insecurity in Biafran, let me take it to Biafran, is political motivated. Everybody has to understand that. And it didn't make any today. It's the politicians. They are the ones doing this to their own people. Okay? They are the ones.
security outfit you Soludo have. And Soludo, Anambra is there. See what is going in Anambra? They are killing people like no man business. They are killing people anyhow. You know the people they are killing their own people. They don't go after the Fulani who are endangering the life of our people. They are helping Fulani to kill their own people. That's the worst part of it, my people. That's the worst. They are killing your own people. You know, you organize and kill your own people. I got using the Soludo beat those who was working with a very man. And he put them, these people are terrorists. All of them are terrorists, terrorizing our land. So now let me ask those who call the Igbo Community Association of Nigeria, they have to tell themselves the truth. They have to understand that Nigeria is not Nigeria they know before. Nigeria will never work. That you then know. The Igbo Community Association of Nigeria know that Nigeria has international recognized terrorism. You don't know that. Please put yourself on mute because there's noise coming from our background. Thank you. Keep going while that happens. Okay. Kanko Ndi Biafra. To see what is happening. Ndi Igbo are not together. Ndi Biafra, we are not together. Ndi you have a problem, I know. And what's your problem, my Alana? Oh, Biafra will not put us today. I want to move. When I hear Igbo Community Association of Nigeria is talking, you see what they are saying. They should be very ashamed of themselves. I'm telling you. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu came to America and go and meet the Igbo Congress in America. What did they do? What did they do? They didn't accept what he told them. Then today, and I believe that what is happening in Biafran has touched some of them. I wish it will touch every one of them. You know what I'm saying? After that, with a power, after that, with a possibility, agara m idere onye isi obodo akwụkwọ ma o metebe ike ya biko ọlara anyị ọlara ndị Naịjirịa niile nọ n'obodo a ọlara ndị Naịjirịa niile nọ n'obodo a especially ndị Biafra ka anyị na-ajụkabezi obodo anyị ka ịmara na ole ka ụlọ have a place to go home when they get home. Because they are the Buddha and Hana shit. If the Jina can hear they will remember saying the sick, I mean one once and for all. See what they are doing. Huh? Baby. Oh, we go, your business of Indigo now. Because and we're to walk on this ship or land. You know the Kinyaka. Oh, you know that? You said a day, I got home with the Igbo Community Association of Nigeria. I tell you so when I hear the guy, okay? So when you are not there to terrorize an Igbo, this will put it like this. He got to hear you to the shadow. Hey, Bruce, get your mother, a man of more. You know, to see the people that are doing it. That's what it is. So I don't know. Our people have to get together. Then we gather ourselves together and forgive each other and do embrace and love each other. Again, not that out. Ebe ịzọ ndụka mara na ihe unu megị ndị Igbo ọ bụrụ na ebe ọbụrụ na Amerịka nna ya akpụ ụdịrị agwa ọkakọ na-adịrị unu mma na dịka na-eme ihe ha o mere anyị ya bụrụ ndị obi ha bụ otu ndị nọ na Amerịka hịa ezuole imeki sure na enwere ala Igbo betu ya na ade ebe ole ka ị na-ahụ ha enwere mgbe okpuru n'obido onwe ha Chineke ekwukwala ihe ọjọọ Chineke ekwukwala ihe ọjọọ Dr. Ebere Chukwu Chineke ebe ọ na-ewude so much ndị na-emezi ndị a na-emebi leri ndị GOS see what they have gone through Chai Chineke Dr. Ebere Chukwu Thank you my dear sister. Thank you my dear sister. Ana m aghọta ihe ị na-ekwu anyị bee n'ụtụtụ anyị bee n'esisi anyị bee n'abalị Chineke Chukwuka abịa mee na anụkwu ube anyị na anụkwu ekpere anyị. That's what I ask sometimes. Onye ya na-achị m ya wee Ebenezer Ndukwe nọ na Dallas na-akpa agwa ka onye Awụsa maybe Ebenezer wụ onye Awụsa wụ onye Yoruba ka onye Fulani I don't know. Ebe a na-agba ụmụnne ya ụkwa anyị na-emeji biko ka anyị bịa together biko dịkwa na ihe na-eme n'obodo anyị onye achị na ya wụ onye Igbo ọnụ nwere kọmuniti n'ala Igbo ọ na ihe ndị a na-ekwesabeghị ndị be ha ọ nọ ebe a na-azara na Igbo Community Association of Nigeria ndị mana ka ga-adị mma anyị pụta anya chi na anyị na ndị ahụ dị mma onye ka a ga-ekwe ha. Thank you Nwaada Akunne, thank you very very much for your contributions. Mother Cecilia, what do you think about the insecurity and how to start to educate our people? Your children were not born to carry guns and kill each other. That in your agenda of Nigeria, that they have been doing this and pushing it down on our children, and now they have captured some. That they are killing our own sons and daughters. They are displacing our own homes. In the beginning, I told you that I am on Olu province. We cannot move 1 inch from Olu province. Because I am going to answer. We are where he went now. How did she Mazi Nnamdi Kanu that IPOB has not moved an inch from our goal. Our goal is to restore Biafra. Even one, we are still restoring Biafra. You know, every day, tomorrow. That's the only thing they win Nigeria. I have against us. But please, Mother Cecilia, add your voice to this question. How can we educate our people to know how on the Nigerian government? Go ahead. Thank you very much, Dr. Berechukwu. You know, it's sad that we keep talking about this issue of insecurity. And it is a reality. Most people who travel through this region, they come back, they tell some horror stories of the things they heard, the things they saw, and their own personal experiences. We now see that insecurity is now becoming a culture in Nigeria. To them, that's the way life ought to be. That's the way it is. Insecurity has become a major business option for Nigeria. There was one of their, I think he was either a member of parliament or something, who said that that's the only business the Fulani know. That's the business. But for us in Biafra land, we know that life is in the blood. And insecurity is not part of our culture, neither is it part of our modus operandi. This thing was imported from the north. But remember, when we've seen so many trailers bringing strange people to our land, people who did not know what their destinations were, people who did not know where they were going to, but all they knew was they put them in trailers and shipped them as cows to Biafran land. We all have seen a checkpoint in Biafran land, and we all have seen the evil, the menace these people are doing to our land. When big Fulanis come, they don't rent houses like every other person. They don't pay rent for anything. They go in the forest. That's where they want to hide. And during the day, they will come out and do what they want to do, kill everybody they want to kill, and run back into the forest. They don't have any address. You cannot trace them. You cannot do anything. You can only cry. But from the videos I have seen, I know that these people causing all this insecurity, they are being funded. They are being supported. Their weapons are being provided for them. There are helicopters that come and bring them food, bring them water, bring them medicine, bring all sorts of things to them to maintain them because they are supporting that culture. And do you want to tell me that the aerospace in that construction does not know that there are such things coming in? They know. Do you want to tell me that the leaders, the members of parliament, the sides of Asmabio, that they do not know that these people are causing menace in Biafran land? They all know, but nobody speaks about it. When they go to their Senate, you hear senators decry and they talk about all the people killed in their jurisdiction. People sent to IDP camps, people whose houses have been burned, people whose homes have been taken over. Do you want to tell me the government does not know about that? They don't know. Look at what's happening in Niger State. Niger State has a lot of areas that is ungovernable area. Do you think the government does not know that the different flags of ISWAP and all these groups, all these terrorist groups, they have their domain in this area. Their flags are flying there. People do not go to the farm freely. They have to pay money to be able to go to their farm. Do you want to tell me that the government does not know about that? The government knows. And so what are we saying? The government is the one supporting this ill, this menace in this country. The government knows about the movement of all these people sent to Biafran land. What's his name? That's the man that owns the trailers. He knows. He is the one who signs out these trailers. And the guy, what's that man's name? I can't remember his name now. Oh, he's the one who has the cement, the monopoly of all cement production in Nigeria. Dangote. Whatever his name is. He knows. He's the one who sign out all these trailers. And they ship all these people to the east. When they are intercepted, you ask them, where are you going? They don't know where they are. They don't know where they are going to. The government knows about it. The hands of the government is in it. But you see one thing that happens. When it starts from the north, nobody says anything. Nobody talks about it. Then it is now transferred to our people. That is the same spirit transferred to Hopu Zodima. That Hopu Zodima is killing his own people. That is part of the agenda. You go to Anambra State, what is Soludo doing? They say 99% of the killings in Anambra State. So who do knows about it? Then what do we talk about Enugu State? That one in Enugu State knows what is going on in the state. Look at what is happening in the Hamufu. He knows everything. It's like Our own people, I don't know what it is. When the Northerners come, we respond in Biafra land. When the Queen, the leaders in Biafra land respond. And when they do it, they go even an extra mile to show their Fulani masters that they are in support of what they are doing and that they can even do more. We all remember when we had COVID. They said that there was a shutdown, total shutdown. But do you know that the borders in the north were open for all these people to come in? They were coming in and nobody said anything. No news media carried it. They were all coming in. And as they were coming in, they were shipping them down to Biafra land. And so this is why now when you come to Biafra land, you see all these small boys carrying AK-47 with their cows moving about. They look like they are headsmen or they are foot soldiers. You have seen videos of thousands of people riding motorcycles going to kill in whatever direction they are going to. So many of them. You want to tell me that the leaders do not know, that the unless they need to land don't know where these people are coming from, that the governors do not know, they all know where this thing is. This is an orchestrated plan to make sure that the Biafrans are annihilated from the face of the earth. It is well orchestrated. From the top, the federal government, to the least, all of them know what is going on. But everybody speaks their mouth, everybody fills their mouth because it is the Fulani agenda. My people, we have divided before. We all know this. This is what they are trying to do, to make sure that they annihilate the Biafran completely and keep their Quran in the Atlantic Ocean. We have to be wise. And so now, because we know this is their plan, how can we educate our people? My people, we need to open our eyes, because once your life is taken away, a dead man cannot come back to say, oh, I will do better tomorrow. And this is why we need to be careful about our environment. We have to take our security into our own hands. When people come when somebody comes to fight against your family, you have to fight back. You cannot just sit and relax and the person will come and cut off your head. And that head will be gone forever. We have to defend ourselves first of all. Our communities have to be defended. Our homeland has to be defended. Even if people like those who say they don't know, and they are killing their own people. Let us form our own community defense group to be able to defend our people. And you know, this is why Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, that man, God will bless him all the day of his life. This was what he saw right before the ESN. And we all remember that year when ESN started, people who went for that December came back and said it was so peaceful in Ibola. But see what Nigerian government is doing. Sending all their unwanted people to their land. Their soldiers, their foot soldiers, everybody is coming. So checking on certain checkpoints from one place to the other to make sure that they find people they kidnap, they take people and they take their body parts and sell them. They do all sorts of things to our people. And unfortunately, I would say unfortunately, ndị anyị na ha mụta ihe ọjọọ niile a. Ndị anyị na ha mụtara ihe ọjọọ niile a. Ebe ọ bụla ha gara ma ọ bụ oke ite, ya wuru igbu mmadụ eme ritual, ya wuru cultism, ya wuru anything evil you can think of. Ezi aka ihe ha na-amụta from ndị a na-enweghị culture, na-enweghị omenala, ndị anyị na ha amụtala. Ụmụ Igbo, We can do this teaching in our elementary school. We can do this teaching in our churches. In our churches, we can teach people. In our communities, let us form small groups in our community for our defense. Let us teach our children. The days are gone by when we leave our lives in the hands of the government. The government don't have any influence to keep your life. All the people want is to see somebody coming to kill, trying to reduce population. That's what they will do. Just give them a little bit of money. And the government will run a while and do whatever that person wants them to do. Ndị anyị ezikọnụ ka anyị wara n'anya. Onye ndị iro bara gburugburu anaghị ezi ụra. Ndị Nollywood na whatever you are, make movies that show how our people can defend themselves. Those movies that better the life of our people. That people who are singing, who are musicians, make music that will make our people, that will make them strong, that will make them understand that they have to defend themselves. Teachers in elementary school, teachers in the university, teach your children, teach your students. Let us at every level educate our people. We are in a war situation. This is war. We are no longer at peace. This is war time. Let us use it and educate our people. Our young people are diminishing in number. Because the key conferences, we will not have people to fight for us. Biko no ka anyị wara n'anya ka anyị mee nke anyị kwesịrị ime. Onye ji nke oji ka o jichie ya ike ekwekwala ka bịa kwufuo gị for nothing. Biko no ndị Biafra ka anyị kwụsị n'ike ka anyị wara n'anya ka anyị meghe n'anya anyị shine anya well ka ndị iro gara ịbịa kwufuo anyị n'usoro. Thank you.
Ndewo Nwaada Cecilia. Ada Victoria, you know the local vigilantes are submitting themselves now to their politicians because they don't know who is setting them up. We cried and cried, they set up local vigilantes, guard their villages. After they do this, they go and tell the people, now what good is that? If you tell people to them, we're guarding our villages, we're guarding our towns, then he comes and gives you something. Now you have to do what he asks you to do. You were all because I don't know why you want people to tell you exactly what to do step by step, all the way from the food to the table, from the table to your mouth. It's your everything. Please make them aware that the politicians are the ones causing problems. But I think, Mother Victoria, it is your background that is making noise. You speak now, but when you're not speaking, please mute yourself. Go ahead, Mother Victoria.
I'm sorry, my sister, my phone is on mute.
Mother Victoria, it's in yours. Let's see. Stand it in yours.
All right, my sister. I thank you all for all the information that you're bringing out here regarding the insecurity system. I want to take it this way. Before the reign of problems over the job, there was insecurity, but not this high. Before all the danger was Bogota, Okorawusa. Remember, during the reign of Okorawusa, the reign of Mazi Kanu, the reign of the one in Enugu State, Ifan or Sullivan, whatever his name, it was more of corruption. They were building a kind of platform that will now bring in what Ozodejo has brought in. Each time each time they talk about the insecurity in Igbo land, I remember Soludo that went to 99.9%. You know what? I agree 100% with Soludo. Do you know why? Without all of them governors and politicians, Igbo land has no problem. All of them governors, politicians brought insecurity into our land. I always take my mind back to the time of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu talking about the Hausa king. First of all, the Hausa king that used to agree together began to disagree with each other, and Fulani was able to take them down one after the other. You see, they use a kind of platform that accommodates the evil that they are doing. Mazi Kanu, during his time, he was the first governor of Abia State. All he did was corruption upon corruption, and I saw it online when Mazi Kanu said, if they push me, I will talk about all the people who has been stealing money to billions in Nigeria. And he was exonerating himself. I just said that his fault is big. This not for Alozie, is Mazi Kanu. They started with the platform of corruption one after the other until they have turned corruption to become a what level is it becomes a norm. They make corruption a norm in the entire Igbo land. From Mazi Kanu to Theology. And that one, nobody, in fact, all of them now are enjoying themselves wherever they are, and they plunge the nation into the evil that they have today. When Iyayoha, who was not part of the gang group that is working against Biafran, came into show, what happened? The flip of an eye, they took Iyayoha out because it is going to stop the flow that they have already created through Okoroawosa. See how the people came into the land. And then they handed it to the master of criminals, hopeless. And since that day, Igbo State has been hopeless, if not as evil, so she's really killing so that all the Ebelagaji. After that, you now go to another state. Before Soludo came, there was criminality in that state. But not the time that is in now when Soludo coming in. Criminality was already in Anambra by the past government, which they call Obiano. There was criminality in Anambra State by the man they call Obiano, who equal the life of an individual to the life of a cow. Igbo person's life then was equal to a cow. So they made that level ground between animals, animal, and the evil man, evil woman. Now, after building that platform, Soludo has now come to say to actually bring the animal to inhabit the land and kill his people. So now, animal life is now higher than the life of people person in Anambra State. You see how they have been going gradually to where they are today. So if Soludo goes out there to say that if 99%, I would say 100% of criminality came with the governors and the politicians who have meetings in Akurok. Evil people are busy people doing their businesses. But this group of elements has normalized criminality in that if you are not a criminal, you are an IPOB and you are doomed to be destroyed. Anybody that they start IPOB is somebody they are about to kill. Because IPOB are the people who fight criminality. The governors of all these states test every IPOB, kill them in their land. But those who are coming with AK-47, as they kill, they back them IPOB. As they kill, they back them IPOB. Don't you people understand what is going on? We do not know. They are talking about new election that we don't know what is going to happen. Possibly, now that they have gotten to this level. I remember that when we talked last, we talked about saying, relegating the Igbo people and putting India as the head of all traditional, with Yoruba as the secondary. Now, we don't even know whether it is Nyesi Allah that is coming to see a governor in Imo State, or Anambra State, or Enugu, or Ebonyi, or Abia State, or anywhere. You do not have control of it anymore. Who brought the criminality? The governor of Biafra. The Biafran land governors have sold Biafran in the hands of Fulani. And you know the funny thing, as I was listening to some of the social media, the Hausa people are now saying the truth. They said we didn't know. But now 70% of Hausa people, their eyes are beginning to open to the evil and hegemony of Fulani. Fulani is saying, no, we cannot leave the Hausa alone. We are all together, married together in one religion, and therefore we must continue. That is the same narrative. The Biafran want to go. They say, no, you cannot go. It is one Nigeria. Why? Because the one Nigeria is favoring them. But I don't understand why many Igbo people are still in the blind as to what these governors are doing to us. I don't know why they don't see it. That criminality came in with this administration right now. Hopeless Omahi in Ebonyi State. In fact, what I have come to understand election was a test run of what happened in Abuja during this last governorship election. And now, look around. Obi is now a football they are kicking up and down. And they want to kick him to a corner because they know that some people still have faith in him. And because the Igbo man, he doesn't stand a chance. Don't you see what is going on? Those of you who are there waiting for one Nigeria, do you think you stand a chance? We are still in 2025. There is 2027 about 2 years ahead. I tell you, from what I heard from a Hausa man, the election is already conducted and they already have the winner before you even go to the election booth. Do you think that there is anything that can save Nigeria at this point? No. All of you that are running after these governors, you are only wasting your time. My sister mentioned the vigilante that IPOB has been calling. I know one or two people will say, let's go to the governor. Let's talk about our vigilante. And then we recruit them into their team and begin to beat them stipend. It's unfortunate that evil people, if care is not taken, you are doomed. But you will not, because IPOB is rescuing those who are already drowning like you. How can you open a vigilante and the governor like those schools of danger is not going to be your directive? That is why Fulani has done their job. That is the level where we are now. These vigilantes now, you are now working with your governor to kill fellow evil people. They will see innocent people who are doing their business, pass them IPOE and kill them. Shame on all of you that call yourself vigilante. Imagine yourself with the same system that has killed your fathers, killed your mothers, your children, and your future. Shame on all of you that put your belly in front of you. That IPOB is giving you directives and you are taking yourself towards the same system that has destroyed you. We want to encourage those of you that are still alive. IPOB is looking for those who are still alive and breathing to help all the people that are drowning. When they track you IPOB, that means they are targeting to kill you. This government is not the government of Igbo people. This is the government of Fulani that is running in Igbo land. Starting for Soludo, who has killed Anambra people, killed their ingenuity, thereby destroying Biafra land. The same thing with what President I was watching on the video, and there's a brand new steel truck delivering Fulani people and their families around the coast in Imo State. Tell me, is this Igbo people that are bringing these people? And everybody is standing by looking for help. And it is chief security officer called homeless to danger, and they are there smiling as they hand over Biafran land to uncircumcised Fulani to inhabit. This is one thing, your blood will flow in Biafran land. Because this hand will deal with all of you that are coming to decimate our land. Two presidents of this trader bringing Fulani people around the Kututu that they born. Fulani people born the Kututu under the vision of the Imo State government called Bukudodenjo. And now they are bringing their people to begin to inhabit our bushes. And unfortunately, only Igbo can Bankwa in the United States. Only Igbo Bankwa every part of the world. Only Igbo Igbo and it's not a joke. Why you know that Bankwa? There is an Igbo day wherever you are. And Fulani everywhere. And the African Americans saw their roots, also what don't work against their roots. And come willing slavery of all your time the slave can eat your account forever slave for life because you refuse to learn. You refuse to learn. So what we are saying today is, with what is going on, I agree with the politicians. They are the ones that have fought Igbo land. The politicians are the ones that have killed Igbo people. They are the ones that have sold corruption as a pattern of life. And they have gotten to the level now that they are handing our land over to Fulani. Whatever you can do, wake up and do it, because we might be late. But we still hold on one thing, whether one man or one woman, Biafra will stand. Biafra will surely come under in our own time. And Mazi Nnamdi Kanu's struggle will not be in vain. We know that. Stand strong, stand, fight wherever you are. Work and defend yourself, because there is no government for you. Thank you.
Thank you, my sister. Have you made your points?
Yes, my sister, thank you.
Thank you, my dear sister. Thank you very much. Well, this one that I'm going to give to you, because now we should leave this one alone. We should make our very important announcements. There are very important announcements to be made this morning. One is that there will be a meeting of IPOB USA Mobilization Committee this evening at 7 o'clock Central Standard Time, 8 o'clock Eastern Time, and 5 o'clock Pacific Time. Very important, because it's an emergency meeting. Very important. Please, the members of the mobilization team must make sure to come. That's number one, and I'm glad that is out of my head. Of course, the other very most important information that has been given on Radio Biafra USA 2 and now on Radio Biafra USA 1 is that there is an important fundraising for IPOB USA on August 23rd. And everyone, IPOB USA members, IPOB Worldwide members, and all Biafrans and Igbo and everyone and all of us of freedom from all nations, from the United States and from everywhere are invited to come. And please help support the Eastern Security Network and all other initiatives by the Directorate of State of the Indigenous People of Biafra. But before we go on, then I'll tell you that there is only one IPOB, because I've received several calls this week that start to tell me stories about some things that had happened in the past, and I keep telling them, no, sorry. We have only one DOS, we have only one IPOB worldwide, and we have only one leader, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, and that's it. And the leader of the Directorate of State of the Indigenous People of Biafra is Mazi Alozie. If anything else is said after that, if there's anything else going on outside of that, we don't know. And we don't want to know. And we're just following the directions of the Directorate of State of the Indigenous People of Biafra, DOS, to restore Biafra. And what's going on, You join us to point time, you join if you join time, you join us at the same thing. So be quick. Follow directions, fall in line so that we can go home all together. And I want to job up on the Biafran. I think one that couldn't suggested I will sneak this our president here. Sneak one letter. Somehow. Then we're going to and then we can put out to shoot it. She only open actually Biafra, Niashi Nigeria. She had a baby do but that convention always by her Jew, and I believe that it is not a bad thing. Me and my sisters here, we're so ready to go home, but Uzo Danger and the likes must go. They must go. They must all go. Time we can live on. I am not going to before I join in a try. So Biafra exodus from all over the world must continue, especially those in Nigeria must go and rebuild and put their businesses down in Biafra land, so that I won't go Magaga, and we baggage, Anatusiaka, and when they are broken, Amana, I need them put together. And please join IPUB. You rock a pilot, you do what you do before you call us, please. There is no retreat, there is no surrender. I am only how to quit. There is only forward to go. There is no back to go. My sisters, Cecilia, can you make an announcement? And we'll have Mother Victoria to make an announcement. And we'll close for the morning because we have been here a while. Mother Cecilia, I know you're mute now. Oh. A wonderful IPUB family. This is our information line number. +45 914 88677. I repeat, +45 914 98677. This number is utmost important, and this is why we keep giving it every Saturday when we come on radio. We need to meet. If you see anything unusual in your community, you see anything that's threatening the peace of your community, call this number and let the IPUB officials know what is going on. And I just want to add also, please, let us continue to plant. Let us continue to plant food. A hungry man cannot defend himself. A hungry man will not live till tomorrow to be able to fight. But when you are able to plant your own food and eat well, you will be healthy. You will live. Biafra Popanoku, as I tell you, let's continue to plant and maintain our health. Thank you. Thank you. Mother Victoria. Thank you, my sister. I want to encourage all Biafran. In the kind of some dog. One day I want to call on why you know better able to know everybody stood backwards. Open you get people. People is okay. They be feeling the teaching Arabic. The whole line of the cars on. Only of them when it is sacred, not being with you about a work at all. I leave. What is the corruption on a leave by Cariana? In the governor, in the politician. They don't know who is the boss on our contract. Come on, I just wait away. I got the party, they bring here, but I hear like a color yellow. I did the one spot of pain again at that. This is not evil. This is my aspiration. I believe only when a kid in the contract here. Only of black
another all Yadika. But that's not the Alibo. Only the for their own place. In Alibo, they will. Thank you very much. IPOB Worldwide knows that the backbone of what we do is by paying our monthly dues. I am asking you, I am pleading to all IPOB members worldwide, except those in Biafran land. Please continue to pay your dues. You're making a great impact. No matter how much your dues is, try your very best. Let it be your tithe, like they say in the churches. Every month, you pay your tithe before you pay anything else. This is the tithe to save our lives. If you're an IPO, please pay your tithe before you pay all other bills. I'm thinking, because we know the impact of that in the struggle. I feel the those that involved if it are dues, and it will be of utmost importance to all of us. That means not to think about it so often. If you can pay more than is stipulated, please do so. Please do so. Do not get behind in your dues. Very important to us. I thank you, my sisters. Thank you, Sister Kunu. Thank you, Sister Cecilia. Thank you, Sister Victoria, for all that you do to come on the air every Saturday so eloquently. We really appreciate you. From here in the United States of America, good morning here, good afternoon in the blessed and holy land of Biafra. Mazi Alozie.
Thank you very much. See you all next week.
The time now is 9 minutes past the hour of 5 in the holy and blessed land of Biafra, and it is time for sunrise on Radio Biafra London. My name is Mazi Mbanali, and it is an absolute pleasure to be with you here. We are streaming live on our website such as ipob.org and radiobiafra.co. ipob.org and radiobiafra.co. Okay. We are also streaming on Facebook, Radio Biafra on Facebook, and Sunrise on Radio Biafra on Facebook. Now, I want to play a clip as we introduce this beautiful morning's program. As we wake up, let me play a clip as an introduction.
Fear before your enemies. You must speak the truth always, even if it leads to your death. You must help the poor and those who cannot help themselves, and be of good character that God may love thee. That's who we are.
So what will be your words to those out there in the East who are killing your name?
They are criminals. They are criminals. They are not part of this family. We are called a family for a reason. We've come to save our people, not.
Okay, I'm just going to play this clip again. This is our leader, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. The little interview he granted the journalist, he sent a strong message using the platform. So it is important that we begin this morning by paying attention to what he had to say in this interview.
It's not part of this family. Our family is based on 4 cardinal points. You must be without fear before your enemies. You must speak the truth always, even if it leads to your death. You must help the poor and those who cannot help themselves, and be of good character that God may love thee. That's really right.
So what will be your words to those out there in the East who are killing in the name of
They are criminals. They are criminals. They are not part of this family. We are part of the family for a reason. We've come to save our people, not.
So let's look at the cardinal point that he mentioned.
It's not part of this family. Our family is based on 4 cardinal points. You must be without fear before your enemies.
You must be without fear before your enemies. You must be without fear before your enemies. Even when your enemies, they come with confusion, they come with all manner of tricks. Even when they come with all manner of tricks, telling you, oh, this happened, this other one happened. And the question I asked yesterday is, when did they begin to be the person sending messages to us? Since when did they become the spokesperson of our leader? And that our leader has a channel through which he sends us messages. And it is clear. It is clear. This is a man who, despite everything that Nigeria government has done to him, he has remained steadfast because he is committed to his pursuit, committed to his own awakening. He said that we are all dead, that it is Biafra. The same people who are telling you today that Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is calling for negotiation and is saying whatever they want as a negotiation is acceptable to him. The same people are the same people who have recognized their failure, who have seen that it doesn't matter what they do, Biafra must come. They have recognized their failure. They have seen it koro before their eyes, that these people are not willing to give up. These people do not have any other reason to give. There is no reason why anybody can give up, because one, you have seen Nigeria as it is. Staying in Nigeria is something worse than death. You know, most times people think that there are things that death is the highest thing to happen to somebody. No, it is not. The worst thing to happen to somebody is not death. There are worse things that can happen to somebody. Nigeria is one of them. Nigeria is one of them. And the fact that all these years you have remained resilient will favor you before you. It will always be the one that will be against you, the one that will hurt you, the one that will destroy everything that you have worked for. What is it that you are afraid of? If you stay in Nigeria, what is more than death, worse than death, is what is happening to you. What is worse than death is Nigeria. And I will show you why I say so very soon. So, what then? What then? So we cannot allow our enemies to paint a picture of who we are not. Of who we are not. The same people that are painting these pictures, they have been there. All these crimes are happening. The senators, they are the ones who were there and helped in the signing of laws that made our land what it is now. A harvesting area where organs are harvested. People's organs are harvested. They are not responsible to us. They are not. Their allegiance, their loyalty, their responsibility goes to Britain. They are the lawmakers of Nigeria. Not Igbo, not lawmakers of Ndibo. These are lawmakers of Nigeria. It doesn't matter what their allegiance lies with the Nigeria government. But they know, all of them know, that it doesn't matter what is brought to the table, that Biafrans are ready for this journey, because there is no other place to go. We don't have a choice. It is not as if there is a choice. There is no choice. All of us who saw choice as running away, I left to go study overseas. At my early 20, at the time when I'm supposed to be contributing to the development of my nation, to the development of Biafra land, I left. And we turned our land into a burial ground by living. That is what we turn our land into a burial ground, place where when you live, stay in America, die, stay in Europe, die, they now bring your corpse to the land. It becomes a burial ground. Whereas it is supposed to be a place where we contribute our quota, no matter how small. So there is absolutely nowhere to go to. So there is no reason whatsoever to now be afraid. No reason whatsoever to be afraid. No reason. Because it is fear that will make you accept what you should not accept. Accept a narrative from those who have no desire to work for you, to make sure that you grow, to make sure they see development in your land. It is fear that will make you, when, for instance, the clip I played here the other day, where a young lady was saying, I'm calling on the government, when she was complaining about the vaccine that was being forced on children. The school closed up and the children ran away, and she still called on the same government that brought the vaccine. It is fear that will make, after the slaughter of people at Okwama by the government, you are still calling the government to come to your rescue. The same people that are killing you. And our leader is saying, remain resolute, remain unflappable. It doesn't matter the story they come up with. This is not going to be the last attempt in order to make you look weak. This is what the classic case of a predator, somebody who preys on you. They try to make you afraid. How do they make you afraid? By making you think you are weak, feel like you are failing, whereas you are strong. When they make you feel weak, they can now pounce on you. That is why when, for instance, a dog is running after you, once it smells the fear in you, your own is gone. Or doggy go. But once it says now there is no shaking, Obalaga, it will now run away. It will now run away. Let's listen to our leader. This is a man that was kidnapped in Kenya, tortured in Kenya for 8 days, extraordinarily renditioned into Nigeria, and has been tortured since 3 years in the DSS dungeon. For 3 years of torture in DSS dungeon. And listen to what he is saying to you.
Nigeria is not part of this family. Our family is based on 4 cardinal points. You must be without fear before your enemies. You must speak the truth always, even if it leads to your death. You must help the...
Speak the truth always, 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 all the time. The truth. It is what they say, the truth will set you free. It is the truth that will set you free. But for us to be able to speak the truth, we must practice it. You cannot say what you don't know. We must practice it. the truth always. And what is that truth? The truth is, there is no life without Biafra. No life. None without Biafra. We are just a living dead. It is Biafra. Strength is number one. It takes strength to be of good character. You must be strong in order to maintain a character. Because there will always be temptations. That is a fact. There will always be reasons why you should not continue. There will always be reasons, a lot of reasons actually, why you should not continue. There will always be reasons why, people are saying, what does it matter what people say? When you know who you are. When you know who you are. Now, I want to play a very important part that I want us to pay attention to, and then I'll bring out saying you are doing it for Biafra. No, you are not. And you know you are not. Therefore, everybody who is saying that it is time that we shut them down, we tell them, no, you know you are not. You know you are not. Now, let's go to what the senator said. I want us to play this clip again because it's important that we hear what they say. It is important we listen. Information is important. We listen. It is not everything you hear that you believe or that you accept. Let me leave believe. It is not everything you hear that you accept. You pick the ones that make sense and leave the ones that don't make sense. Because to confuse somebody, you mix the truth and lies. You can mix a lot of, once somebody hears that one that they are familiar with, they say, oh, this one, I am familiar with this one. Then you now accept everything to be true. No. Let's listen to what they had to say.
Go beyond this. They can put on get this. No, I think it's beyond get this. So I was supposed to be like that. Let's come back. Let's go back. Are you Nigeria, we want to know the purpose of your meeting to debate here this morning, sir.
Yes, this is the members of the Southeast Senate Caucus. And we're here to see the Attorney General of the Federation and the Minister of Justice on a very, very important matter to the people of the Southeast. It's the matter concerning Mazi Nnamdi Kanu and the continued legal wranglings concerning his incarceration. The Southeast Senate Caucus, just like the rest of the members of the Southeast, put the business leaders, the clergy, the political people, and everybody in the Southeast are all very worried about it, knowing that that has been the fulcrum, I will say, for what is going on in the Southeast regarding the insecurity. All the criminals and all the people going around causing mayhem in the Southeast have all said that it is because Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is being held. We know that this is not the truth. It's just that we have gotten to the point where people are now hijacking a legitimate call for his release and turning it into something that has led to deaths and destruction of properties and so many other undescribable mayhem that is going on in the Southeast. And so we came to meet with the Minister of Justice and Attorney General because we know that at the end of the day, everything that happens in the political and in the legal scheme will eventually come to his office. And we came to appeal to him to help us to let Mr. President know that all leaders of the Southeast feel that the release of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu will help in dousing all the tensions and everything that is going on in the Southeast. And we are very, very certain that his duty as the Attorney General also gives him the powers of nolle prosecute, the powers of making sure that litigation don't continue and the sufferings of the people of the Southeast continue. That is the essence of why we came here. And I think you know also, I think it's also clear that several different groups in the Southeast, including the Southeast governors who met yesterday, have all been making exactly the same type of plea. And we think that this will help us to bring to an end all the insecurity problems going on presently.
So let us make the poster line to know whether it is willing to accept other conditional relief or not.
Yes, on behalf of the caucus, I met with Nnamdi Kanu myself on behalf of the rest of the caucus on Monday. Today is Wednesday. We met with him between 2 p.m. and 3 p.m. on Monday, and he is very, very supportive of this, our plea to the President and of the Federal Republic of Nigeria.
We understand that this impression has been corrected, that that is really not exactly what our leader said. So we want to believe that, because we haven't seen evidence yet. People have meetings all the time. It is the outcome of the meeting that actually makes a difference, not the meeting itself. So, if you pay attention, you will understand that I'm not trying to knock them. I mean, going to sit on the table with the person who's been persecuting our leader to call for the release of our leader, it is honestly is not something we should be praising anybody for. It is what should have been done from the beginning. Let me say it again. This is not something that we should be jumping up and praising somebody for. No. This is something that they should have done from the beginning. It is as a result of the failure of the politicians from the Biafra land. Their failure is the reason why we are in the mess we are in today. We should be begging for his release. The release of an innocent man who committed no crime. And then let me go to what Barrister Nnemeka Ejiofor said. Nnamdi Kanu not desperate to be released. Senator Abaribe has been quoted as saying that Mazi Nnamdi Kanu will accept whatever conditions given to him provided he is released. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, our client, must have been misunderstood by the good senator. This was not what our client discussed with Senator Abaribe. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu said that he shall abide by negotiated terms reached with the government of Nigeria. In the same vein, he shall abide by the letters of any bail granted by the courts. Yesterday, he said that they went there to demand for the charges to be dropped because these are ridiculous charges. That was why they were there, for them to drop all the ridiculous charges. So this is why they were there, to drop all the ridiculous charges, and they have to do it. They have to. Yes, they have to. They have to drop the charges because it doesn't make sense. This is a man who brought a solution to the Nigerian problem. A man who brought a solution to these issues of corruption, issues of insecurity, issues of ethnic bigotry, human rights abuses, political instability, economic mismanagement. This is a man who brought solution to these things. Why then is Nigeria government torturing him in DSS dungeon? Why? So it is not something that we should be jumping up because hey, this person. Look at the conversation they released from the so-called governors of the Southeast. Look at the release. They press. They are communicate. And then Obasanjo said, no, we did not discuss about Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. Who are they trying to fool? These are the same people responsible for the insecurity happening in our land. And it is that insecurity that they are trying to pin on Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. Oh, they want us to clap for them. They know they are powerless. They know they don't have any respect, any regard in our land. They know they don't have any respect, any regard. How do you respect people who are supposed to represent you but are killing you? How do you respect such people? How do you respect Hope Uzodinma that is from Olo and he has turned Olo into a death zone, a death trap? How do you respect such a person? These are the people that Trump said are not humans, that they are animals. It is you that is a human that is supposed to make a difference. You that is listening to me right now, you are supposed to make a difference. And you cannot make a difference until you stand still, stand strong on your solid ground, which is Mazi Nnamdi Kanu must be released unconditionally and Biafra must be free. Yesterday, Bright Chimezie, Barrister Basilia Emejulu, Benjamin Madubugo, and Nemeka Ejiofor were Chidebere Omudi, excuse me, were at the Abuja Federal High Court, Abuja. Bright Chimezie, Benjamin Madubugo, Chidebere Onwudiwe. Yeah, sorry. Barrister Basilia Emejulu and Nemeka Ejiofor were the lawyers representing them. So yesterday they were there to argue their case. You see what Nigeria is doing to these innocent people. These people who are simply asking for their freedom. What is the crime? What is the crime? It is not a crime in any known law. And look at what Nigeria is doing to them. Every time court case. And they, for years, come to court with no... Nigeria is not even interested in prosecuting the case itself. They are not interested. And with regards to the insecurity, even Onyendo mentioned that these are criminals. I want to read this information to you. And it says, notice. This is to inform Biafrans that we are at a critical moment of our struggle for freedom. And all of us must be on alert. Because of this, we encourage Biafrans to be on red alert and report to IPOB inquiry lines any place they are giving our people vaccines. We must extend this call to the Fulani herdsmen. Anywhere you see them with their cows, kindly notify IPOB leadership through the inquiry numbers. Vaccines are now used as weapons against our people, and we must resist them, especially those they are giving to our young girls. Fulani herdsmen terrorists have been used by those in charge of the New World Order to kill off farmers in the north and parts of Yoruba land, after which the Nigerian government will call it Farmers' Headers Clash. We will not allow them to carry out this evil on our people. They have used their cows to destroy our farms and attack villages in the east. To stop these terrorists, you must be of help, as our eyes can never be everywhere. Be our eyes and report these things to IPOB leadership. Now, the numbers, the IPOB / ESN Investigation Crime Unit number is +45 91498-677. I repeat slowly now. +45 9149 8677. I repeat for the last time. +45 9149 8677. You can get in touch via WhatsApp and or Telegram. Now, you can contact IPOB HOD inquiry lines on +614 342 94745. I repeat, +61 434 294 745 on Signal only. This number now is Signal only. Now there is a second one. It is also on Signal only, and it is +41 779 069 681. I repeat, +41 779 069 681. Signal only. This was written by Mazi Kiroreke. Very important announcement, I must say. So we must report these people who are committing criminality in our land. We must report them. If any solution, we must report them. There is this video that has been in the public domain of officers of the Nigeria police that was caught in their failed kidnapping mission in Anambra State. They went to kidnap somebody in Anambra State and they were caught. Officers of the Nigeria police. So you know, sometimes when people talk about insecurity, the only insecurity is the security. It means insecurity simply means the absence of security. The absence that the security officials are not working. What are they doing? The army is busy killing, abducting innocent people. The DSS is busy abducting innocent people, putting them in different dungeons. This is what the security, those that are supposed to ensure that there is security in Nigeria, this is what they are busy doing. This is what they are busy doing. And this is why Nigeria government must release Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, because DSS holding Mazi Nnamdi Kanu there simply means it is insecurity. What DSS is doing, abducting innocent people, is that not creating insecurity? Abducting Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, keeping him in their solitary confinement, is that not insecurity? Therefore, if you want to have a conversation about insecurity and who is creating them, it is Nigeria government. They must release Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. They must release him. If they are talking about, oh, we want to handle insecurity, then release Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. Then release Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. That's the only way to go. Unconditionally. Unconditionally. Look at this. Let me read this for you. This here is from Foundation for Investigative Journalism. And it says, on June 21, okay, let me check the headline first. It says, interview, no food, no water. How final year students spent 3 years in Wawa military detention for attending Nnamdi Kanu's trial. Only for attending Nnamdi Kanu's trial, they kept him in Wawa military detention for 3 years. If they could keep this young man in military detention for 3 years, what about the judge that held the trial? What have they done to that judge? Oh no, they are threatening the judge then. Oh, his family, the son, the husband are in a hot mess because of their own crime. Because of their own crime. So somebody who just attended has been kept in Wawa military detention for 3 years of torture. What about the DSS that are the ones that are Chinonso, along with Pius Awok, a lawyer, endured nearly 3 years of inhuman treatment in detention? He speaks about his incarceration in this interview with Opeyemi Lawal. It says, to bring our phones. We gave them, and they started dialing some numbers on the phones because they came with a piece of paper with certain phone numbers written on it. But I didn't see it well enough to pick out the actual numbers written on the paper. They dialed these numbers on all the phones, and when they didn't find anything, they returned them to us. They left, discussed among themselves, and returned to request our phone a second time. They conducted their search again, but still did not find anything. The officers returned our phones and held another brief conversation among themselves. They returned to us and asked us to surrender our phones. This was the third time. They still did not find anything, and this time they asked if any of us had an extra phone, but we told them no one did. They then proceeded to search the entire vehicle, our pockets and our bags. While searching our bags, they found an extra battery in one person's possession. This was Ojima Kenneth. They asked Kenneth about the device using the battery, and he told them he was with the extra battery because of power issues as the current battery had a short lifespan. However, the officer said that this was a lie, claiming he had either thrown the phone using the battery away or hidden it in the vehicle. Almost immediately, the officer started to beat him, hitting him with cassava sticks. They claimed he had an extra phone, but he insisted on a cell called Basement 2. We were in the cell for close to a week before interrogations started. They asked several questions to confirm if we were Eastern Security Network, ESN. But how could we agree to what we were not? After much interrogation on the eve of September 22, they came to our cell. There were about 30 of us or more in the cell. And as they called some people and took them out of the cell, they brought more people. By the time they brought more people, there were 26 of us. Okay. It said that, okay, let me repeat here. There were about 30 of us or more in the cell. And they called some people and took them out of the cell. Out of the 30 or more, they took out some people. They then brought more people. By the time they brought more people, there were 26 of us. Introduce yourself and your opinion. There we go.
Good morning.
Good morning. Please go ahead.
Can you hear me?
Loud and clear. Please go ahead. Good morning, sir.
Good morning.
Anidimma.
Hello.
Yes. Okay. Yes. Can you hear me? I can hear you loud and clear.
Yeah, this is my contact very much. So I don't know whether you make music.
Your line is not so clear and I can't really hear you clearly. I'm on air, as you know, and you are live on Radio Biafra. So please go ahead with your opinion.
Okay. I'm just upset. This is Boomerang again.
Oh, okay. Thank you very much. Okay. I did not know. Thank you very much. Okay, all right. I mean, right people, right thinking people should not tolerate what is happening to our people. What crime did we commit? What crime did we commit? Nothing really. We are simply demanding for what belongs to us. Simply demanding for what belongs to us. How can that be a crime? How can you abduct innocent people for 3 years and you are still looking for the cause of your insecurity? The DSS abducted them, left them with the military. So you see that all the security institutions in Nigeria are responsible for the insecurity. They are the ones who are causing this insecurity. How can you abduct people, innocent people who just went to court? How do you abduct them and the next thing you are still asking, you are still looking for where the insecurity is coming from? You are still looking for the cause of the insecurity when you are the one who created the insecurity. Abducting innocent people, keeping them. +27 73 8090689. Okay, let me go to this reading here. It says, almost immediately the officers started to beat him, hitting him with cassava stick. Okay, I'm sure those on the radio must have heard that. Where was I? Okay. Where they took them to the underground cell called basement. We got to Abuja, but that never happened. So somebody actually called, gave them instruction to, because this is not arrest, this is abduction. Somebody called, gave them the information to abduct these people, to abduct them. And they obeyed the DSS. You now see that the insecurity, they are the ones causing the insecurity. The same politicians, the same people. So the matter was of public interest and I wanted to see what was going on. This young man should be applauded. This young man should be applauded. Somebody who is interested in what is happening in his country, in the political affairs of his country. He should be applauded. A normal country will applaud this man and give him the kind of treatment without you having any opinion. That is what they want. Ototo Mazi Chukwu, please go ahead, introduce yourself and your opinion. Hello? Yeah, I can hear him faintly. You can hear me faintly. The volume is loud. It's weird. Okay. I want to bring this, what Nigeria does. It frustrates you. This is what Nigeria does. Just to frustrate Nigerians. It says, passenger stranded as another Kaduna Abuja train derails. Okay, let me go to the caller. Caller, welcome to Radio Biafra. Can you hear me now? Is open. Please call in, be part of this conversation. Call in, let me see if it is just us or this issue. I'm sure very soon we'll be connected again.
Reference form. The AGF. Yes, the AGF received nefarious deals on the rest of the people of the Southeast. Nobody in the Southeast likes what is going on. People cannot go out of their houses on Mondays. People are maimed and killed and all that. And some people are roaming around killing even security men in the name of
looking for the release of Nnamdi Kanu. And Nnamdi Kanu himself also confirmed to me last Monday that he never made any request of that nature that anybody should go and kill people. In fact, he was very pained that the Southeast is suffering because of this. And he assured me that when the day is out, is also the day that they will now know those who are legitimate agitators and those who are criminal elements.
So criminals have taken the opportunity that the government has given them in order to torment our people. They have taken the opportunity that the government have given them in order to torment our people. I know today we are having a lot of issues with connections. Today it seems like we keep getting disconnected from air, but I just want to thank you for being part of this. I just want to thank you for staying tuned in. We will triumph at the end of the day. We will triumph. So let me go back to reading the interview of one of those that was abducted by the DSS and sent to the military barracks, Wawa military barracks. The next question that was asked is, what was life for you in Wawa? And he went on to say, life in Wawa is not something to talk about. People are being maltreated without help there. As we speak, some people left there. Some people left there are completely emaciated. There is no food. There is no water. Not that there is no water. This is what he's saying. There's no water. This is what he's saying. I'm reading what he's saying. Not that there is no water, but they are purposely starving inmates just for punishment. They are purposely starving inmates just for punishment. And when they do serve food, the quantity is ridiculous. Besides the food, people are also not allowed to step out of their cells for sunning. People are not allowed to step out of their cells for sunning. One could stay inside for weeks, months, or even years without being allowed to step into the sun. Many unjust things are happening in the facility. Nigerians are being treated like ordinary animals. Life there is hard, and many citizens are being dumped there unjustly. Look at this. Many citizens are being dumped there unjustly. Many citizens are being... You are listening from... you can please switch over to Simple Radio. Switch over to Simple Radio, and I think you will be able to hear us clearly from Simple Radio. Behind the movement of Fulani jihadists and other terrorist group that went into Nigeria from Benin Republic. The IPOB intelligence unit, Toko Yusuf Buratai. You know Buratai. The former Nigeria Army chief. In charge of the terrorists that was even reported in foreign newspapers that have crossed from Benin Republic to Nigeria. And this is the current ambassador of Nigeria to Benin. He is the one facilitating terrorists into coming into the country to kill people. And you tell me the government is not aware? The government is aware. They are the ones who kidnapped Mazi Nnamdi are just terrorists. With the DSS. Just terrorists. The army chief, the former army chief, is the one responsible for the terrorists that came in. Now, look at how the army are treating people. This young man, I will repeat what he said. He said, life in Wawa is not something to talk about. People are being maltreated without help there. As we speak, some people left there are completely emaciated. There is no food, no water. Not that there is no water, but they purposely starve inmates just for punishment. And when they do serve food, the quantity is ridiculous. Now you see why Nigeria Army is what it is. He went on to say, besides the food, people are also not allowed to step out of their cells for sunning. One could stay inside for weeks, months, or even years without being allowed to step into the sun. Many unjust things are happening in the facility. Nigerians are being treated like ordinary animals. Life there is hard, and many citizens are being dumped there unjustly. Lots of destinies and careers are being wasted there. Post to him is, I heard you were mixed up with Boko Haram suspects. Could you talk more on this? He said, yes, we were mixed with Boko Haram suspects. The cell I was in, we were 15 and only 2 of us were Igbos. The other guys were Boko Haram suspects. If you divide the number of inmates there into 2, half of them are Boko Haram suspects. We were over 4,000 inmates at the detention facility. Because when I got there, my roll number was around 200, and this was in 2021. By then, they bring new suspects to the facility every time. Around June, they still brought over 38 new suspects. It was like new people joined us every 3 months. Just in June is just this one that just passed. They brought in 38 new suspects. If you check the capacity of this detention facility, it's not supposed to be even probably up to 1,000. It's probably designed for like 500, 300. But there are 4,000 inmates there. No food, no water. They're not even allowed to go out of their cells to see the sunlight. They're not allowed. And then the next question is, what was a typical day? What was a typical day in the cell like for you? Okay. Okay. It says, what was a typical day in the cell like for you? It was very boring in the cell. At Wawa, you just have to be your own advisor and hold yourself together, or else the whole thing will break you down. The whole thing will break you down. When you wake up in the morning, you sit in your position and wait until they bring whatever they want to serve for that day. And you have to take it like that because you don't have options. When you sit, you keep thinking and waiting to see if anything will happen, or if they will call your name for your release, or if help will come from anywhere. At some point, I even lost hope completely. It is such a boring place. Sometimes you discuss with people, and when the thinking is too much, you relax. Sometimes you sit. Other times you stand. Sometimes you lose sleep and just become restless. This is how Nigeria government, what they are subjecting their people to. This is what they are subjecting their people to. I know that we are having issues with our connection. We are having issues with the network. And honestly, we are trying to solve this problem. We've been trying to solve this problem. It seems like this problem, it just persists, especially at a time like this. We are trying to solve this problem. I've received messages, people telling me it's disconnected and the rest of them. Yes, I do beg for your indulgence. I am recording this, and after I will send it to different people. Please, You have the number. If you want this program, please let me know and send me a message, and I will send it to you. Perhaps you'll help to disseminate it. We are trying. I'm not going to stop this program simply because of network, because of this disconnection. I don't think it is proper for me to end it because of this disconnection. But one thing I can promise you is that after this program, I will have to take further steps to ensure that we find exactly the problem and find a solution to it. That is one thing I can tell you, that after this program, we'll try to make sure that we find solution. I am sure it is coming out now, but I do understand what you mean. Today it has been a roller coaster. It's been just problematic. And if you are feeling this way, imagine how I feel every single time that I have to come here, knowing that I might have to struggle with this. Can you imagine how I feel? Can you understand that? If I tell you things that I don't even want to talk about here, people that I have actually said to them, now look at the problem. Look at the problem that I'm having. How do we best solve it? And this person said to me, you are not having any problem yet. And this is things I don't want to talk about. So let this not be discouraging. If it hasn't discouraged me, why should it discourage you? Why should this disconnection be a discouragement to you? If everything that is happening has not discouraged Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, if the extraordinary rendition, the abduction from Kenya, the 8 days of torture, the 3 years in the DSS dungeon hasn't even moved him a bit, and he's still there advising you to stay committed, to stay resolute, not only to stay committed and resolute, but also to be merciful to the poor, then why should we be the ones fretting? You see what I'm reading, what our people are going through in the army barracks. Do you think even if you say, okay, you want to stop, do you think you'll go through less? This young man was abducted on his way from Abuja. Do you think if he had not gone to Abuja, people are being killed in our land, right there in our land by the army? Do you think it would be less? People are being abducted right from our land there. They didn't go to Abuja, but they got abducted. So you don't know. You don't know when it will happen to you. You don't know. So we keep pushing. We keep pushing because we have no choice. Welcome, Mazi Emmanuel. Please go ahead. I hope you are hearing me loud and clear now.
Yes, I'm hearing you.
Awesome.
Okay. Good morning, Mazi Banana.
Good morning.
Are you hearing me?
Please go ahead. Yes, I'm hearing you loud and clear. Please go ahead.
Okay, thank you very much. My name is Chukwu Emmanuel, and I'm speaking from my location. Thank you once again, as always. I greet my leader and our leader, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, the man who set up this platform to expose so many things. I greet you once again. Yes, I want to use this opportunity to talk to 15 senators, according to what you played here today. I think 15 senators, 3 of them about the 5 east, southeast central state. No problem. If they have wake up now to understand what is coming, they are not too late. I want to remind them that before now, so many senators have come and gone before them. I want to tell them that good men is far, far more than money, because
our leader Nnamdi Kanu choose good men. That is why he is where he is. He rejects the Nigeria and with their corrupt money. He chose to liberate his people from the bondage of slavery in the name of Nigeria. That is why our leader Nnamdi Kanu is there. So, if they will remember that one day that they will die, like other senators that have gone before them, they will do everything. Now they are alive to support Nnamdi Kanu, to break up this evil entity British created, call it Nigeria, because their children, after they left, will suffer more than what we are seeing now. So it's better for them to do everything humanly possible now. They are alive. Because money is nothing for any reasonable human being. Nigeria, the white people have seen Nigeria as the worst place on this earth, where somebody can steal over $60-something billion and go outside and bank it in American bank, in foreign banks, and is still existing as a country. What the hell you call Nigeria? All these senators, they are confusing you, buying all sort of jeep to deceive you. It's only black people, it's only Africa that will go and borrow money from the World Bank and from all over the whole world to buy executive car while their people are suffering. There was one clip I listened one day, I cried. This white man said that African leaders are using the money they're supposed to develop their place to buy SUV, $200,000. Some of them, like Nigeria, they will buy up to 1,000 pieces for senators, House of Representatives, and all of that, and ministers. This man said, if one of this jeep, this car, 200,000 can build 3 factories and employ human beings. But these people will use and bought cars. And they join themselves. Why their country are suffering? Have you seen how wicked black people are? How do you think that somebody will respect you when they say you are in Nigeria, in their country? After seeing all these things happening in Nigeria, and you are in different countries of the whole world, and you are defending Nigeria as a saboteur, like Samuel Epa in Finland, how do you think that people will see you as a human being? Do you think that you will not die one day? When you die, what you did will wait for your children. Africa don't think about death, and they die the most. White people understand what our leader Nnamdi Kanu is preaching. They are annoyed because our leader is opening the eyes of black people, and they are very, very annoyed. And it is very unfortunate that the same black people that our leader is suffering, some of them are fighting, struggling to become slaves forever. It's very, very bad. Thank you very much, Mazi Alozie. I want to encourage you, do your best. No matter anybody who are trying to discourage you, stand firm. Work hard for your people. Good name is far, far, far more than money. Money is nothing. Money is nothing. Nnamdi Kanu is my leader, is my savior. I will continue speaking about Nnamdi Kanu until the day I die. And that is my own signature. Thank you, and God bless you. I want to use this opportunity to greet GOS, Chikedusian, Chinasaluru, and their group. You are the people, when I remember you people, at the compliment be. Because I was very, very, very annoyed when I see what is happening to Igbo race since after the war. The white people are using criminals in leadership to destroy Igbo race, and it is working very perfectly. Until you people come and stand on behalf of the gap, Chukwokikabiam will be the strength of all of you until we get to our destination, and all will help Biafra. Thank you, and God bless you.
Thank you very much, Mazi. I appreciate you. Thank you for coming in this morning and for your remarks. Yes, the problem Nigerians are having is those who are supposed to take care of them have turned against them. Those who are supposed to take care of Nigerians, they've turned against Nigerians. They've turned against them. Hence, the other day I asked the question, how does it feel to be a Nigerian? How do you feel being a Nigerian? Those who see themselves as Nigerians, how do you feel? How do you feel to be a Nigerian? Because the time that I, growing up in Nigeria, when I was identified as a Nigeria, going to march past, even growing up, I never really felt that. Now thinking of it, I never really wanted to be part of those march past and the rest of them. Those 30th May, what day is it called? Today now, our day is 30th May. So, this is our day, 30th May. What's the day of that? I don't even remember Nigeria, the day Nigeria celebrate their independence. Oktoberfest, right? Oktoberfest, yes, now I remember. Oktoberfest. I never paid attention to that because I never felt like we were independent. I never felt that. But being a Nigerian, having to associate with that name Nigeria makes you feel like you can't breathe, like there is no future, like there is no hope. Nigeria breeds hopelessness. And if you listen to the reading where the interview of that guy, he was talking about a point where Nigeria forced him to lose hope. To lose hope. Nigeria is bad. Welcome to the line, Mazi. Thank you very much for calling in. Please go ahead, introduce yourself and your opinion.
My name is Mazi Alozie. I'm calling from Blessed Land of Biafra. Biafra is our religion. On this hollow platform is well worshipped. Is our chief. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, one of Biafra land is our leader. Today is Eke Market Days in Biafra land, Baburuburu. Great Biafrans. You see why we said there is nothing good will come out from evil politicians in our land. If somebody who calls himself as a leader, as elder, cannot stand on the truth for once, to tell people every time pleading, our Okanyana Peru ayon ndi umremande Fulani, umremande Yoruba ayo, because I lose our respect. And we said it. These people cannot. What they are trying to do now is to try to make it look like that they are trying to make it to free our leader. We know their games. We are Biafran. Nnamdi Kanu emepegwa ya. Dwe na anyị na-enwuzi ka ọkụ.
These people must say it the way it is. Our leader has been discharged and acquitted for wrong. Now they are pleading. They wanted to subject us again. It cannot happen. We stand and they discharge and acquitted. Nigerian federal government should obey their law. They should obey their own law. It does not mean that you see how many there are. All these evil politicians, how many can come and tell us rubbish? We agree. We have already passed. They are thinking that we are that area of 1990, 2003, 2004, 2005. We are now 2024. And in Nnamdi Kanu Nogona Kandiro for 3 good years. Assuming they wanted to say the way it is. Nnamdi Kanu, they are supposed to start the day they are kidnap our leader. Rendition him from Kenya. Not coming now to tell us rubbish. They are not the insecurity. Who caused the insecurity in our one? They are not those that are causing the insecurity. They don't want to have somebody can come and tell us somebody hijack here. IPOB is still IPOB there are. Nobody should, and these people should take their time. The way they are carrying propaganda up and down against the children of light. Anyị bụ ụmụ Chineke. Anyị adịghị afụ ihe ọjọọ na ndụ anyị. We know them very well. Let them stop this. If they want us to respect them, let them tell federal government to obey their law. To obey their own law. It's not about pleading. Well, I said I can never be a son of slave because slave is always pleading. Now, our elders is a slave of Nigeria. It's a slave of federal government of Nigeria that don't respect themselves. When they came down here, they are starting. Yeah. Those people that you give gun and bread to start protecting you, one day that will disappoint you because the hunger is getting too much everywhere. Even them that you are giving chicken change to protect you will one day face the gun towards you because you people don't have sense. We know how this thing started. Our leaders was arrested 2015 and keep in Kuje prison for two good years, 2.5 years. 2017 he was released and he came back. And you people called him in Enugu to come, let us have a discussion. And he went there. After everything, you people turn around, try to go and kill him. In process of killing him, you people killed 28 men. And you think that we forget? We don't forget. We keep every record of our activities. You can never escape from our mind. So, if you are politicians and you are thinking that you are coming here to do gala, try to make things look like as if say you people are not among those who did this evil. You cause the insecurity. And our people should know that. Even if you are going on the street, telling people that the security we are facing in our land is caused by evil politicians. All of them join hand. Nobody is saying the truth. But you are talking about we are Christian, we are religious, we too religious than others. But you can never say the truth and stand on that. Only more people can continue preaching all the time. There. We are here waiting for them. Let them continue. Our leader said it. Can you handle propaganda in Chineke? Can you handle propaganda? All these things they are coming, you meet this, you meet that. Okay, you can go and meet Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, but you cannot go and tell them to obey their own law, court order. No, you are afraid because Igbo slave, the country you call yourself one Nigeria all the time. But we will continue. No matter how they are tried, we keep all the record. We will face them. Everybody must face their judgment when the times come. Continue, support ESN, train yourself hard, remove fear from your eyes, and do the needful. Stay together with our leadership, run away from evil, and speak the truth the way it is. Nobody will change our mind. We are not Nigeria, we can never be. We said no to it. We have been killed from the day they have created this evil entity, destiny destroyer called One Nigeria, created by evil British. And they are now trying to do something. No, we are not like them and we can never be like them. We are different people and we want to go our separate ways. We can never live with the Fulanis and the Yoruba people. Everybody should go his separate way. If I want to go to Lagos, I will look for visa. If I live there, if they tell me to bend down and walk, I know that I came to their domain. But for now, we want to be on our own. May him bless you.
The reggae, bless you too. Thank you very much, Mazi. I appreciate you. Thank you for calling in. We are out of time, and this is where we bring the program to an end. Thank you very much. You have seen what is happening. You have seen the narrative that they are pushing. And remember what Onyendu said. Remember also what he said about what we are fighting. Remember, he said a philosophical and psychological war. Remember that psychologically they will try to play some games on you, pretend like they are the ones, that they are your savior, that they have come to save you. When the Europeans came to Africa to enslave Africans, they came claiming that they came to save Africans. Do not forget. They came claiming that they came to save Africa. Even today, they are still claiming that they are here to save Africa. Even today, when they show Africa in their news, they show Africa as people who are dying, people who are corrupt, people who have no hope, who have no future, people who are not supposed to be humans. That is what they say. But is that the truth? That is far from the truth. People lose wars. That happens. That happens. People lose wars. Africans, we have lost war. And that is why we are where we are today. But do we then sit back and say, because we've lost that war, therefore we should all sit back and do nothing? This is their anger. Because Biafran said, no, we cannot sit back and do nothing. We must win. We must take back our lives. We must take back our land. That is why they are angry. That is why they have their propaganda. They keep talking about how they have come to save you. Whereas they are the ones who actually created the problem. Britain today goes around talking about the history, how they stopped slave trade. Who started it? The slave trade that they stopped. Who started it? It was them. Permission had to be taken from Pope. Permission had to be taken from Britain for them to start slave trade. And then they only turn around to tell you that they are the ones who stopped it. But who started it? They don't say. They don't say. Like the last caller said, we know them. We understand their game. We understand what they are playing at. And you cannot trust any politician, any of them. None of them can be trusted. You're a Biafran. Remain strong, remain resolute, keep your head high. Don't let anybody make you feel like you do not deserve what you're asking for. Because you deserve it and more. Nigeria doesn't even deserve you. Nigeria does not deserve you. It doesn't. Thank you very much. I do apologize for today. Just like yesterday, it's been a mess. But you must also understand that we are working towards this. This is a war. And the more we fight, the more our enemies also fight. So what are we going to do? Lie down? No. We fight stronger. And we fight better. Thank you very much and do have a beautiful, beautiful day. Remember, fight stronger, fight better.
Because Chukwukikabiyama is in control of all that we have been doing and will continue to do until Biafra is restored and all the suffering indigenous populations and the damnable zoological republic are set free. Chineke nna nke pụrụ ime ihe niile Chukwukikabiyama onye ndefuwe na-aja aha nsọ ya mma mgbe niile. Onye ọbụla anụ ya na-achị eluigwe n'ụwa na-agba akaebe ịhụnanya gị na ebere gị amara gị n'ọmịiko gị ebe ndị gị na-eze ebe dị ngọzi. Anyị wee na-etoghị agbanyeghị atụmatụ ọjọọ niile nke ndị iro iwe enye anyị ndụ ala nke dị ndụ were n'ụbọchị nke taa. Anyị wee na-asị na ịja mma niile otu niile dịrị aha nsọ gị. Onye ọ bụ naanị aka ikere ịnọ n'ọbadara aka ya. Anyị wee na-akpọku gị na-asị gị na nke ọma anyị ga-ekele gị nke ọjọọ ma anyị kelee gị. Anyị wee na-aja gị mma wee na-eto gị wee na-asọpụrụ gị n'isi ụmụ gị niile bụ ndị kụziri wee zuo oku mgbe a kpọrọ ha ka ha wee chekwaa ala nsọ gị bụ Biafra onye nwụ na Chineke na ihe n'ikpụrụ anyị nkwa na o mekataghị ka ndị iro wee were ala nsọ Biafra onye nwụ na Chineke na nke bi n'igwe agbanyeghị atụmatụ ọjọọ niile nke ndị iro ma ndị na-agba mgbogbe ebe niile dị iche iche onye nwụ na Chineke nna ihere bụ nke ndị dị etu a n'ụbọchị nke taa. Anyị wee na-eto gị wee na-asị onye nwe anyị na Chineke nna nke pụrụ m ihe niile onye ọ bụ naanị ya na-azọpụta onye ọ bụ naanị ya bụ okwu ya niile bụ ihe na amen. Anyị wee na-asị ezi ebube dị ngọzi na ọtụtụ na-eja mma na nsọpụrụ site n'ebighị ebi ma ruo n'ebighị ebi. Ise ise ise